Hi everyone and welcome to my first playthrough of Strange Antiquities. I did play the demo. I enjoyed it very, very much. I will say also at the very beginning of this, this is a gifted key. I got it for free from the company, the publisher, Iceberg Games. They gave me a free key, so there's your disclaimer for that. But I'm not being paid for this. This is just it's not sponsored or anything. I just really wanted to play this because I loved Strange Horticulture so very, very much. And Strange Antiquities is in the same kind of universe. And I'm very, very excited. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to get straight to it. And I'm so excited. There's only one little spider that's visible. Okay, that's good. As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop, Strange Antiquities, in my hands. I love this art so much. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. This is cool. I like the audio a lot. Ooh, spooky. The only thing that I'm disappointed by is that it's not raining outside in real life. But it's raining here! Hi! Hello? You can pet the cat. Very important. Okay. I have to click the ding ding bell. Oh, the cat jumped. Hello! I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. Okay. I am leaving the shop in your care with some reluctance, I might add. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. Okay. There's an index in the back that may be useful to you. If in doubt, study it carefully. And remember that there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. Pseudo, thank you for the tier 3 resub. Happy 87 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good luck, Oscar. I hope you find something. I'm immediately going to start ripping into cupboards. So he says, under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. Right, quick. Okay. Bye, Eli. Thank you for the shop. Use arrow keys or WASD to navigate your shop. First of all, Strange Artifacts, A Guide to Occult Objects by T.S. Gill. Okay. We have contents: Ecumenical, Ares Remnant, Binding Seed, Ethereal Key, Eye of Cernunnos. So wait, was it Cernunnos? Cernunnos. Guise of Lillian, Hearing Charm, Heart Chamber, Horned Shackle, Hunter's Boon, Lamb Siphon, Libula, Orford Spire, Ossic Ring, Restful Mether or Mether, Sextrum, Shadowhold, Shimmer, Silent Breath, and Voice of Cernunnos. Cernunnos? Always pet the cat and immediately ring the bell so the animation is not triggered for the cat being scared. I like that. Eli is not our supervisor. So we have the index, which shows you the subjects and where it's referenced. That's pretty nice. No worries, Sojender. Enjoy. I really liked the first game. I know they're not directly connected, but... Okay. And then this should take us to the contents. Cool. We can put that down. And then... I'll ring the bell in a minute. Look, it's a plant. Oh, I can pick up the plant. I want to move... Okay, we have weights there. And then over here, we have this locked thing. And then down here, we have this. And I forget what I did with this. Oh, I got a compass. Okay. I maybe should be ringing the bell so that I'm not immediately opening too much stuff. But first... Ding, ding, ding. Thomas Pope. Hello, Thomas Pope. Congratulations. Thank you. Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. Oh. That's me. Yeah, I got that. I'm a man of two loves. I thought that said loaves. Fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish. Okay. He can leave now. But I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. Okay, he can stay. He can stay. If you'd be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Okay. Use right click on items to inspect them. Now, I would like to inspect my book. Hunter's boon, you say? Hunter's boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies taken from slain beasts, with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. From beasts. Now, that gives me this vibe right here. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. It's yellowy brown and yellowy white. Color and composition. Move the cursor over different parts to inspect it. Sense of touch. Smooth but with hard ridges and smooth. It me. I am simple item, no embellishments, because I'm too lazy. Root through all the cupboards. Scent and sound. I have nothing to remark. Inner perception. It gives me a sensation of power. So I do feel like that sounds, you know, appropriate. They're made from trophies taken from slain beasts, with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. Enhances perception and agility. We'll have a look at everything else anyway. What do we have here? So we have something made of clay. I don't think this is going to be related. I'm just checking. Textured and pointy. I have nothing to remark. Inner perception, nothing to remark. Okay. I'm going to inspect everything. Hey, Swordman Rain, how's it going? A pearlescent blue glass. Surprisingly warm, and then up here is cool and smooth. Scent and sound. Inner perception. No, you can't rotate. I don't think anyway. I don't believe so. Inner perception, I have nothing to remark. Okay. This one is stone and dark wood yew, perhaps. Sense of touch. Cool and smooth, rough and gnarled. It's me. I'm rough and gnarled. I have nothing to remark about scent and sound, and I don't like how this makes me feel. Interesting. And this one, again, this is not going to be what we're looking for. I'm just looking through each of these. These are made of bronze, raised detailing. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. This one was the only other one because it's bones. Bone, yellowed white, and some twine of some kind. Sense of touch, hard and somewhat rough. And then coarse fiber. A soft sound like a serpent's whisper emanates from within. That's creepy. I'm glad to hear it, Swordman Rain. Has some evil quality to it. I do not like to hold it. This is creepy! Green marble and iron. It's cool and smooth with intricate detailing. I have nothing to remark on the scent or sound. And nothing to remark on the inner perception. There's a little goat. Wood. It's rough and pitted, but this part feels smooth. Nothing to remark about scent or sound. Inner perception, nothing to remark. This, clay and cork. These markings have been carved in. This is somewhat rough. Spongy. The serpent, yeah. Pungent smell. Okay. Inner perception. Color and composition. Withered flesh. Grim. Gold. I feel like this one has some evil vibes. Has the protagonist heard a lot of serpent whispers? That seems like something they should talk more about. Sense of touch. Leathery and bony. Quite unpleasant to touch. Hard and cool. It was expecting it to smell worse than it does. Yeah, this is definitely bad juju. Inner perception. Nothing. Right, so if I move over here, I'm so glad that this man waits. We have bronze. Smooth and then ridged horns. Nothing to remark. I have a strong sense of being watched. This is weird. This looks like a fossil. Yeah, this looks like I had a fossil like this. Appears to be a fossil creature of some sort. Stone. Rough and pitted and hard and ridged. That was my nickname. Inner perception. I notice a slight out of body feeling, like my hands belong to someone else. Wood, you, I suspect, and white paint. This looks like blood, though. Maybe it's just a lighting thing. Sense of touch, rough and gnarled. Nothing to remark about the scent. Inner perception, nothing. And then we have this thing down here, which doesn't look great, if I'm being honest. Iron, grey metal flecked with dark red. It's not rust, it's blood. Sense of touch, raised detailing. A substance flakes off and leaves a mark on my fingertips. This does not give good vibes. The music is so relaxing. I'm glad Hand of Vecna makes an appearance. Nothing but the smell. It has an energy about it. Looks like I should put that above my fireplace. Wait, where did that fireplace come from? Right, we don't have any further over to the left. It's going to probably try to give me a hint in a second, but I just want to examine everything. Black gemstone and iron. This is cute. I would wear this as a necklace. Sense of touch. Cool. It's cool. Ooh! Every sound has become both louder and clearer. That made me jump. I have nothing to remark. The oil. I'm overcome by a warm, loving emotion. Light-colored wood. Did it say something different up here? No. It's polished. Okay. I'm overcome by a warm, loving emotion. Every time you move over it, it pings. Ooh. How did I do that? How did I do this? Did I pick this up by mistake? How did I do that? Shift. Thank you. Bronze. An uneven texture. I have nothing to remark. I want a white version with red eyes. Batstarian. That would be so cute. Inner perception. Nothing. Okay. This one we've already looked at. This one we have... I have nothing to remark about its inner perception. It's made of stone. It's hovering. It's rough and pitted and it vibrates with energy. I have nothing to remark. Okay. That's just my plan. Red paint or perhaps blood. What's with these cursed objects? Hard and cool. No scent or sound. And nothing to remark with inner perception. This is bronze. It's pretty. Raised detailing. Nothing to remark. And my heart feels lighter. We've only got two more that we can look at. Gold with a pinkish gemstone, a black gemstone, and an orange gemstone. It feels cool. No smell, no sound, and no inner perception. And then we have brown fabric, bone, a cheap metal of some kind, probably pewter. Engraved detailing, rough fabric, and hard and somewhat raw. No scent or sound. Inner perception. Okay. And the last one is this. Color and composition. We have stone, gold, an orange gemstone, a blue gemstone, a green gemstone, and a turquoise gemstone. And then we have some silver on the bottom. Interesting. Interesting that this is silver and this is stone, but this is gold. Everything feels cool. Raised detailing. This one. Oh, this feels warm. Okay, interesting. No scent or sound. And no inner perception, it seems. Okay. Cool. Then I think... I'm pretty sure it's this. Oh, what's this? Actually, I just noticed that I hadn't seen this yet. It's not going to be this. Dark blue grey gemstone. I thought at first it was bone, but it's in fact clay painted to look like bone. Hard and somewhat rough, cool and smooth. Nothing to remark. It fills me with a sense of foreboding. Can we put the evil, nasty things away? I think what he's looking for is this. Identified. Clues. This is a tiger's tooth, a trophy from a predator. On closer inspection, it gives a sensation of power. Selenic totem discovered. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling such as love or joy and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. Excellent. Right, I would like to label the item. So let's change this one to... I don't know which color to pick for these. I think it's a good thing. So Hunter's Boon. What shape should we use? I think that one's fine. I don't know what icon we would use on it, so I'm not going to put an icon yet. So there, we have Hunter's Boon. Nice. Now, pet the cat. Oh yeah, spider, I see. There's lots of icons. The nights are drawing in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters gone. A creeping dark has set up in my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. Ooh. Breakfast wife just walked out carrying the dog's collar. The dog took it off overnight somehow. She hates being dog naked. So weird. There's so many icons. Hi, Bessie. Good morning. How are you? The nights are drawing in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters gone. A creeping dark is set up in my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. Now, I read all this shit and then proceeded to not remember any of it. So let's get back here. A shadow hold. Oh, we do recognize that, don't we? Hi, Mystery Machine. I am absolutely a pumpkin spice type person. A shadow hold or a Shattuck vessel is a container of any kind. Oh, but it's not going to be the necklace. It's going to be the bottle. Sometimes a jar or a bottle or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an Shattuck spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. So I think that's going to be this, right? Now, I would argue that it looks rotated. But this is a bottle with an intricate design that has been engraved on it. Smells pungent, though. Do we know, does it stink? It's a container of any kind, sometimes a jar or a bottle or some sort of box. It could be used to contain a Shattuck spirit. The manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. Right, so it is the spirit. The spirit smells pungent. You have a question. What's your question, Bestie? Tell me. Here you go, sir. I believe this is your bottle. Identified! Clues. The item is a container of some kind and the design on the bottle is the same as the sketch, but... Are you playing on the hardest mode so you can have some fun? Sunbond. A sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly and made of non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. Cool. There's an auto-labeling option in the if adding the labels by hand isn't your thing. It is absolutely my thing. It's getting its first Taco Bell? That's so exciting. Shadow hold. Right, so I'm going to tag this with shadow hold. I'm making this one blue. There we go. Nice. I want to look at these. So these show you the characters. The Thaumaturge. Eli White. Eli is a thaumaturge, a collector and curator of powerful objects. Objects that to the untrained eye may appear dull and lifeless, but that in the right hands and armed with the right knowledge can be a gateway to so much more. For Eli, the quest to unearth and understand each new object has been the driving force of his adult life. As owner of Strange Antiquities, Eli is a stern master. He knows firsthand what can happen if the right precautions are not taken. He doesn't tend to show much emotion, but he does have a more tender side, a side that is mostly reserved for the store's cat, Jupiter. Love games with cats in them. Hi, Jupiter! Devourer of souls. Jupiter is the thaumaturge's cat, or more accurately, Eli is Jupiter's thaumaturge. Jupiter found Strange Antiquities, perhaps drawn to the curiosities within, and made it his home. Eli was more than happy to accommodate him, but he learned early on that Jupiter was his own master. His business is his own, but it largely consists of regular naps, terrorizing rodents, and midnight explorations of Undermere and beyond. What he does on his excursions is a mystery, but he seems to be well known among the town's residents. I love you, Jupiter! Ding, ding, ding. David Schaefer. Hello. What's with all these ravens flying about Undermere today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. Thanks! Thank you, Burnsy. I enjoyed Strange Horticulture. Have you played it? I played Strange Horticulture and I absolutely adored it a couple of years ago. It was perfect for what I needed on the day, and I was really excited for this one. Let me read. Hello. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit. Dr. Jones, Did I do that during the demo as well? Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. Did I? Oh my god, I hate myself. Did I also reference Orla from Dairy Girls here? Because I was about to do it again. That man does like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Charlie Weathers. Right. In the hidden desk drawer in the boatyard. Okay, so can I put this down here in my little drawer of things? Because I have a load of stuff. Actually, yeah, come on. You need to get up there. We'll hang you here somewhere. Don't know what you are, but we'll hang you up here. And then we have a map, I think. There we go. Map. Nice. Okay. Well, the map can go back in the drawer for now. And we'll pop that in there. And then we have this. And reminder, I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. Orla references are always welcome. I agree. On thalmic fields, all thalmic objects produce a field of sorts. Although invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thalmic lens. A diurnal field pattern. These fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. Right, so I have this. And I think I need to get all 4 of these. So if I look at the pattern... Oh, the pattern is not... I remember having this before. Does it repeat? If it repeats... I'll leave that for now until we have more pieces. I think that will help. And we definitely don't have anything here unless this is a secret, which it could be. All right. I kind of want to explore now because we know that there's a... So we have this, the wine merchant next door, and some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard. So, where am I? Strange Horticulture! I loved that game so much. So Strange Horticulture was here. Where am I? Strange Antiquities. I don't know why I immediately went to the bottom. So I'm here. So is this the wine merchant next door? The proprietor, a Mrs. Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that I'm from Strange Antiquities next door. Yes, well, take the lot of them out of here, would you? I can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me, but I don't like the thought of those unnaturals in my cellar. Hi, Erebmar, how are you? Ooh, we got 3 items. Cool. All right, I'm gonna hang... Right, we're organizing things a little bit. Things what hang. You, get over here. You, get over here. I think I may have also sung Hunter's Moon by Ghost whenever I picked this up last time. Teehee. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Pop that there, and we have a bottle of something there. You prefer big naturals in yourself? And then I want to go to the boatyard, so... does it say down here what the boatyard is? I mean, that clearly is the water over to the left, but... Jacob's Folly, the Merry Bell. That could be here. Merry Bell is an old paddle steamer that hasn't been in working condition for many years. Nope. Okay. Not that. Can I look at this, please? Can I actually... Here we go. Discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Aha! The yard has seen better days. A mess of broken and rotten timber covers most of the outdoor space that isn't taken up by upturned boats, slowly being claimed by the weeds. In the middle of all this, a man looks up from repairing a small rowing boat. You must be from Strange Antiquities, he says with a smile. He takes me into the dilapidated office where 2 metal buckets can collect drips of brown water and a thin window pane rattles with every footstep. He pulls a sheaf of brown papers out of a desk drawer and places them gently in my hands. Book content! Sleep vessel. Oh, whoops. I didn't get to see what the other one was. Apparently it's an afterthought, and somewhat reluctantly the man gives me something else as I'm leaving. I've no use for it, he says. Don't even know what it's for. Mr. Jones and me. They've given themselves like 20 sequel options. Oh my god, yeah, right? And I hope so. I hope so. It's listed, I just think you overlooked it. Probably. I did kind of scan the list. Sorry, kitten. Don't worry, it's fine. I want an Ossic ring. Ossic. Are you looking for the serpent thing? That's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. Man, are you okay? 1993. Ossic ring. I think we know. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Korkin? But the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought after for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say that they can hear Korkin's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic ring. I can't remember which one it was now. Did it... Hang on. Did it have a... It has these, like, kind of looped, snaky types. Can I read about this person? Who are they... Does it say where they're referenced? Just here. Okay. That's fine. I haven't killed anyone yet. I promise. I rearranged everything and I'm pretty sure the thing was over here. My heart feels lighter. My heart definitely does not feel lighter. Oh, that's a new one. Evil quality. I have nothing to remark. Was it this? No. Don't like how that makes me feel. Oh wait, it would be signed, wouldn't it? It occurs to me. Ah! How do I keep doing that? Ahaha! There we go. A soft sound like a serpent's whisper emanates from within. I'm pretty sure it's this. Identified! Made of bone, this item satisfies the description macabre. Yeah, I didn't hit the scroll wheel though. That's the second time I've done it. I don't know what I did. Closer inspection confirms that a hissing noise can indeed be heard. Alright. Snack. Have fun with that. Evocant. Excellent. So let me tag that. I don't like that one. It makes me feel weird. Enhance! Does it actually say in it? They keep vermin at bay. I suppose that's not so bad. Okay. Pet the cat. You're absolutely right, Oscar. Hello. I should look at the people. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. I love the rain sound. And they'll kill if necessary. So will I. As proven by Strange Horticulture. Didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there and I'd like to know what. A voice of Carnunos. Carnunos? How do you say that? Hold on, I'm going to find out. Because I know that this is an actual deity. Pronunciation. Carnunus. There we go. Hi, Ash! I'm good. How are you? Voice of Carnunus might put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. Can't remember what it looked like. Wearing a torque. We have a torque. Any bronze torque that has certain imbued oh no, I remember why you said torque. Anyway. Certain imbued properties with skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Carnunus is a pagan god of forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag and often wearing or holding a torque. Creepy shopkeeping is great, huh? I'm pretty sure it's this. It's bronze. It's a torque. It doesn't smell. Pretty sure this is what we're looking for. Yay! This item is made of bronze. A similar looking item appears around the neck of Cernunnos in the sketch. Cernunnos. Spirit Eye. Ooh. Okay, bye. We're closed for the day. I'm not done yet. I don't know. Did we... Hang on a second. It was like a mixed bag, right? Doesn't sound like it's particularly bad. It's just he didn't sound too pleased about it. So I'm going to give it this one. There we go. Let's have a look at this before we close up. So we have the ornithologist, Edmund Bishop. The 14th Lord of Gleeston Castle is a man of wealth and privilege like the 13 before him. He's a man who would be easy to despise, as his father was, but he is well loved by most who know him. Now retired, he was a professor of ancient languages at the University of Cumbria, but his real passion is birds. His students learned to divert particularly dense lectures on Latin declension by asking about a local oil species or by quizzing the professor on increasingly exotic bird calls. Edmund was only too happy to oblige, spending hours recounting stories of his adventures in Africa and New Zealand. Love a good burb. Should have known. I mean, it is what it is. Right. I think we can finish the shop for the day. However... I also kind of want... So these can go in the drawer now because they're done. I want to work on this, but I think... Oh yeah, I forgot that that just moves the thing at the top. This is going to be interesting. But I think we're fine for now. So I think we can just end the day. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach back Barrow. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is so cool. What am I doing? Oh, I accidentally moved my cursor outside the window. Shackles. This is very cool. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. Now, do I have to manually open the shop? I have to ding the bell, so I want to do this. An escaped prisoner. The old jail. Number 10. He ran northwest. Now, technically that's northwest, right? Do we have... Yeah, that would be northwest. That's assuming, though, that the entrance to the old jail... Like, maybe he didn't go this way. Maybe he came out here, ran here, and then went northwest. He ran northwest. Like, it could be this one. I may be thinking, like, why if you escaped would you go out onto the street? Do you know what I mean? The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all, when suddenly and unexpectedly I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. I messed this up twice as I went northwest from the shop, not the jail. Oh! Oopsie. Listen, if you were escaping from jail, why would you walk out the front door? Right? Suitably ominous. Oh, well, that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear over these ravens, and this thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of the bed. These ravens have got under my skin is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Yeah, I will, Verona. He didn't, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the map... Let me show you what I mean. Without clicking the explore button. the map, that's the jail there at number 10, right? So I had thought if he goes northwest from the jail, it's probably going to be that weird little shaped building, which it was. However, if he had gone out the front door, he would have gone up the street and then it would have been northwest from there. But it said he escaped from the northwest. And I don't know why you would go out the front door if you were trying to escape. You'd try to get through a fence or something like that. Not that I'm trying to plan how to escape jail. You understand. I will let him know. Oh. Hello, book. Hermetic symbology. Oh, here we go. There are 3 branches of thaumaturgy. Each of these is split into 2 disciplines represented by the following symbols. Celestial, Selenic of the moon, Dradic of the earth, Diurnic of the day, and Noctic of the night. The existing hole seems valid. This is why I'd never escape jail. Yeah, the building is at a funny angle, but the one singular building I would have considered to be actual northwest, the others on that side being for more west than anything else. Yeah. Mantic of the mind, Wixic of the body, calm, confusion, death, life, paralysis, poison, deception, fear, foresight, protection, strength, truth, fortune, hypnosis, insanity, weakness, and wisdom. Earth, air, fire, water, light, dark. Do you remember the 21st night of September? It's not yet. It's 3 days away. Ashes, oil, soap. Ash, it belongs to you. Soap, tallow, urine, verdigris, vinegar, and wax. Is it verdigris or verdigris? Antimony, arsenic, bismuth, magnesium, phosphorus, platinum, potassium, and zinc. The Garlean Empire up there with protection. Copper, Venus. Gold, the sun. Iron, Mars. Lead, Saturn. Quicksilver, Mercury. Silver, the moon. And tin, Jupiter. Autumn, spring, summer, winter. Summer's a booby! Fog, hail, lightning, rain, snow, storm, thunder, wind, cold. Frost, heat, ice. Blessings, horned god, rebirth. Spirituality, triple goddess, witch is not, and witch sign. Bail out, bust out, same thing. I appreciate you. Let me pop these. Actually, can we put my books here for now? Pet the cat. Get that little purr. Ding. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horned shackle might be the answer. Are you sure about that? Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. Okay, I think this one might be slightly trickier because I suspect we have one that... Wait, didn't I have... First of all, that's in the wrong place. Come over here. Am I misremembering something I thought I just saw? Opens up the toolbox again. Ah, wait, they're all the way over here. That's why. All right, we're putting more necklaces up here. This thing, I don't think this is right because these are, unless they are. No, this is ridged. I have a strong sense of being watched. I don't think that's right. Also, I'd argue that looks like a sheep. Not. Well, I mean, sheep can have horns as well, but that looks like a cow. Horn shackles. Wasn't one of the totems... I feel like this one was worn smooth. This part feels smooth. But the rest of it feels rough. I think this is it, because it's a totem. It's not a necklace. I think this one is not as obvious. I think it's that. Yes! The item has horns. Closer inspection reveals that the horns have been worn smooth. A vestiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. I need it. Oh, wait, that one says that flames burn blue in their presence. I need to hover them over the candles, I bet. Hi, kitten. I want to read this, actually. Hang on. Do we have anything else? We have the occult scholar Verona Green. Verona has been a constant in Undermere for as long as the streets have had cobblestones and the churches have had bell towers. She is respected and feared, which she revels in, and she is revered and admired, which she tolerates. Her knowledge of the occult world is second to none, and her expertise has steered the citizens of Undermere away from the catastrophe on more than one occasion. The near misses of the Selenic Flame and the Woken Dendru are two such events that spring to mind. She is of the opinion that no problem is so great, no obstacle so insurmountable that it can't be diminished by a properly brewed cup of tea. Took me a good few minutes to work out, and then as soon as I did, I remembered how long it took us to work out in the demo. I remember that one from the demo. Ding, ding, ding. Wait, hang on. Kitten. Hello, do I have another letter? At least the weather's looking a little bit better out there today. Can her tea help with doing taxes, though? Thank you. Oh, he just leaves. He's just like, bye. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours for the right price, of course. Kind regards, John Royston. All right, John Royston. Let us pop you in the drawer. Royston Farm, maybe? Do we have a Royston Farm? Jacob's Folly. Royston Farm, 30. There. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. You can't believe you've forgotten? I thought it was Jupiter. Yeah, it's Jupiter. We got a cool raven thing. I should examine these, but... Alright. Hello. Julia Braddock. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. That would have told you immediately. Our paths crossed last night on Prince's Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark on important business. No doubt. Important cat business. It's very true. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later and I wanted to bring her something. We're in Edinburgh, I should have known. She lives all alone on the edge of town out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I'd like. Jupiter's so cute. I thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. See, the beauty of this is, especially with Strange Horticulture, and I imagine with this game as we get further into it, it was possible to get the wrong answer and have negative effects. A moon heart, you say? All right. There's an index at the back that may be useful to you. So it's going to be something that's called Moonheart, or is like referred to as Moonheart. Hang on a second. Moonheart would bring her some comfort. She's alone. Do we have one for comfort? Or something for the moon? Moonheart, Selenic totem. There we go. These carved totems, more commonly known as moonhearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. That feels like you could potentially do that incorrectly. Hi, Mariah, how are you? Are there consequences for getting items wrong? I killed somebody in Strange Horticulture. In my defense, he deserved it. I poisoned him. Did I get arrested? I don't remember. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. Crescent shapes. I have a couple of crescent shaped things. I also was thinking about the little bottle, but moon hearts. Imbued with a sense of feeling, love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent moon shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. Now, I wonder if maybe the symbology will be in there. So, let me see. Elements, no. I'm thinking like imbuements of love or whatever. Potentially. Poison. Noctic, there we have it. So we have like Noctic of the night or Selenic of the moon. Right, so let me have a look. See, I was thinking this, but I think this might be something else. Iron and pearlescent blue glass. Cool and smooth. Doesn't really have anything else going on about it, and it doesn't have anything specifically moon-like. Yes, there were multiple endings, which was pretty cool. Depending on how you play. This has obviously a moon on it, but it seems very unwieldy. Oh, but the symbology, maybe. Hard and cool, engraved, warm, nothing to remark. This... What's this? What is that symbol? Do I have that symbol? It looks like it might be a combination, but I might be wrong. Yeah, you're fulfilling orders based on clues, and you can get them wrong.
Short of a nice.
Smurf, thank you for the tier 2 resub. Happy 63 months. Mariah, if you've not played Strange Horticulture, it came before this. They're not like it's not a sequel so much as they're just in the same world. It's so good, and I super recommend it. Smurf, thank you for the resub. How are you doing? Mundane elements, arsenic. I know, right? That has summer on it, I think. Possibly. So I think that's actually unrelated. This guy right here, though. I don't know why I'm drawn to this. I'm overcome by a warm, loving emotion. Like, I mean, oils come out at night. They're nocturnal. Do you know what I mean? Rude for being allowed to be wrong. Considering her description, don't mess it up. I know, right? I might end up accidentally killing her granny. Oh yeah, the bat would be a good one too, actually. That's a good point. Iron and black gemstones. Oh, it's the one that makes a noise. Every sound becomes clear. It's not that one, for sure. I think it's gonna be the oil. The oiler. His little eyebrows could be a sideways moon. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's kind of a crescent moon, isn't it? I think it's him. This is a carved totem. The oil is associated with the night. It bears a concealed crescent shape. Yeah, you're right. Using the closer inspect tool tells me it imparts a feeling of joy. He sparks joy! Oh. We got Holgen Grimm. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holger in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for this protection, for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment. Path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Creepy. Konto approved. Right, so that was called that's a Selenic totem, right? Yeah, or a moon heart. Label it. There we go. Okay. Pet the cat. Daisy Winters. A friend of mine, or former friend, should I say, has been stealing jewelry from me. Uh-oh. All right. The 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Chat is so smart. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Girl? You will need to make a choice here. There are no wrong answers, but my decision will no longer... I will need to make a choice here. There are no wrong answers, but my decision will no doubt affect the events in motion outside my shop. Get her the sword you keep under the counter. Yeah, just how never again. Right, a binding seed or whatever that is. Is that a Z or is that an L? Binding seed. These items are made of 2 distinct materials representing the mentic and the wixic, the mind and the body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. A binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. The U labyrinth at Castle Morrigan, a larger-than-life binding seed. I have to say something nice? Oh, no. I'm going to say something that I've kind of alluded to a few times then. Thank you, Ash. I have been putting a lot of work into myself recently. Into looking after my mental health, into being better about self-care, into getting my priorities right and focusing on things that will bring the most positive effect on my life. And I think that's really good, and I've been putting a lot of effort in, and I am going to give myself a pat on the back. There we go. Does that count? Thanks, Reb. Right, the binding seed seems really negative. And then, is that a Z or an L? Thank you. Look at you go, breakfast. Yeah, it's a Z, okay. Warn about the neck, to place them close to the heart. These innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They could be difficult to remove. I thought the first one was going to be the negative one. They're made of any single material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or other writings upon their surface. Thank you. I appreciate you cheering me. Okay, I'm going to be a good witch. But I also really want to see what the bad witch option is as well. So at some point we will have to come back and do that again. I'm going to give her a binding seed to make her feel guilt and shame. So I need 2 distinct materials. Now we do know we have a gold and a silver, but I don't think it's that. Although it is a stone. It's not a necklace. She wants a necklace. So it has to be a necklace made of 2... No, hang on. There is a symbol on that one. I was thinking this. But this also looks like a binding seed. Do you know what I mean? I don't like how it makes me feel. I think it's this. But I really want to know what the symbols are on this one. The 2... Let me open the book. I've promptly forgotten. I feel like that was heat. Heat, and then the other one's an upside down triangle. Cold. Heat and cold. I think it's this. So I'm moving this over here just for a second. So this one right here. Technically, I think it's tiny pixelated pharaoh cheering you, but it was representing me at the time. Thank you. It's made of 2 distinct materials, stone and dark wood. It's cool and smooth, rough and gnarled. No center sound, but it doesn't make me feel good. So I think it's this. So make her feel negative emotion. Make her feel shame. Yeah. Binding seed. All right, cool. And we got a shield charm. I wonder if you get a different thing. Oh, yes, true. Durek. In my defense, it says you, perhaps. This is a negative one, though. It makes them feel bad. All right, moving that up there. Okay. Pet the cat. Always pet Jupiter. I don't know if we can, because she's not a main character. She's a customer. Emmett Burrows. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. Spoopy. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sedberg, and I'll be taking a Libula to see us safely through. Libula? Yeah, I don't think she has a description. Yeah, she doesn't. How many people out there just telling apart different woods at a glance? True. Right, what am I looking for then? Libuli are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that Libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old Thaumaturgus knew well. He needs a Labubu that sparks feelings of safety, not the Labubu. Right, so the imbuement of wisdom is like a... It's like a little Christmas hat. This could be it. Doesn't tell me anything. Is there anything else that has that, though? Upheaval and change. A honey boo-boo la boo-boo? Oh no, don't say that. my brain. I'm moving this over here because I actually, out of sight, out of mind. I've got ADHD. Oh, wait, hang on. What's this? Oh. Okay. Get over here. You. Get over there. You get over here next to the other creepy stuff. Wait, you should be there too, but I don't think it will fit on the same shelf. Oh my god, it will. No, I don't have a Libby. My friend has one or two, I think, but okay. Libula. I do think it's that thing. I don't see anything else that has that symbol on it. I don't think. No, there's not. No, there's not. There's not. There's no PsyTV, la boo boo. I don't see anything else that has that symbol, so I really hope I'm giving him the right thing. Looks like it. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to click OK so quickly. Witch's finger! You leave my fingers alone. Closed! Wait, do I have anything else I can work with right now? I don't think so. We did this one, and then there's the map. Yeah, I could work with that, but I don't think I'm going to have anything to do specifically. Pet Jupiter. Hi, Jupiter. Okay, I think we can end the day. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head where he had sliced himself with a diverging hook and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. Right, where are we going now? What symbol will we draw? Whee! This is very wiggly. This is extremely wiggly. Why does it look like a key or something? That's weird. Oh, it's gonna be a house or a building or something? Alright, we're gonna need to find that location on the map. I think. I had to Google and find out what a Labubu was, and I've learned they're banned in Kurdistan. That's so random. It's a Tetris block. We're going to find the Tetris. Right, I need to find that shape, I guess. All of the protrusions are on the same side. And it's this building. So, let me see. I wonder if they... I assume they can probably be rotated, right? Your suggestion would have been way off. What were you going to suggest? I'm just curious. Is it this? I think it could be that. Yeah, that looks about right. A challenging butt plug. Oh. I see. Right, I think it's down there on Princess Street. So, let's just pop that there for now. Explore. I think it's there. Smoothie. There is a narrow gap between the two houses and I spy a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. Slowly I manage to work it loose and when it finally comes free, it shoots out onto the hard ground and snaps open, revealing its long hidden treasures. Ooh. Interesting. We got some treasures. I don't know what this is, but it looks like another necklace. I'm going to put it up here. Okay. Hi, Jupiter. You're sitting up today. Francesca Robertson. We can read about her. Good afternoon. No, morning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. She has a scratch on her face. I'm Francesca Robertson, a doctor of sorts. I assume you heard about Mr. Hungerford. Seems to be the talk of the town already. I'm used to dealing with maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. Okay. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing. I love that it's raining again. Either way, I'm hopeful an evocant will have some effect. Don't use unidentified magical antiquities as butt plugs, people, no matter how flared their base. That video essay about Labubus, apparently bouts of fisticuffs breaking out between grown adults over collectible dolls. So here's the thing. I am not against people collecting things that bring them joy at all. I want people to enjoy things. But I don't understand why people do that to each other. Yeah, over cups. Has she been frolicking with a werewolf? Who, me? Maybe she has. You don't know. The doctor. Growing up, Francesca's father was her hero. When he died suddenly and tragically in a mysterious incident, I hope it wasn't me in Strange Horticulture, nobody seemed able or willing to give her the answer she demanded, and she grew tired of being fed the same stories that she knew could not be true. As she entered her adulthood, she learned how to find things out for herself, and that's when what she learned opened her mind to a world she hadn't known existed, a world of occult maladies and dark articles. She learned about Tormund's paralysis, Hobbs' fear, and the Sapphire Curse, and she learned that these maladies could be cured. Morning, Tater Tot, how are you? And Evo can't. Don't you tell Evo what they can and can't do. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. We found weights! They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. Stone items. Right, I have a load of stone items. I'm guessing it's going to be like a statue type thing. So, right. Let's get these. All right, I'm moving my plant over here. Hang on. Okay. A pound. Now, do I have... I don't think it's going to be the floaty one. I'm really worried it's this. Come on now. What's the weirdest thing you collect? I used to collect, specifically, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard merch and things. So I have lots of tiny little figures of Charizards and Charmanders and Charmeleons from all over the world. Many of them, in fact. Some with articulated wings. Some little plushies. I have a handmade felt plushie that somebody made me. What does Downtown collect? It's true, Downtown collects accordions. Is this like a Lovecraftian universe game? It's an occult game, I think is the best way to describe it. Hi, Angisa, this is Strange Antiquities. Basically, I am running an occult antiques kind of shop. And it's a follow-on to Strange Horticulture, which is where you run a herbalist's shop. This is Strange Antiquities. So this is the follow-on from it, but it's by the same devs. So, an Eva can't... I mean... red paint or blood and stone. Hard and cool. Doesn't smell like anything, doesn't make me feel like anything. This could be it, so this is going to be a potential. Let's pop that on there. Right, that's heavier. As suspected. I don't think it's going to be any of these, because I'm pretty sure that these are... Yeah, I don't think it's any of those. I think it's this, but this is really weird. Now, that symbol, isn't that... Hang on. I don't feel like any of these fit. Antique maps is so cool. I love hearing about people's collections. I love the fact that that one's just soap. That looks like summer to me. Yeah, Boob was summer, but I'm wondering if there's more to that one. Rebirth and spirituality. We do have a coil happening. If you see the spiral there, and then there's like a... that one's a tough one for me, because I feel like that is probably the answer. I think it's the only item I have that is stone. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. I'm concerned about the symbology of it. Because I'm not sure, why is this with blood? Maybe because of the heart? Also, is there something else here? Because there's like a smudge. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Ash, I must look that up. What are they? They're cute! I like them. What did the right poking... So this particular one is spirituality. This would be rebirth. Is this like... This looks like there's like a spare page poking out, but I don't think I can get it. Dice. Yeah. My concern is it kind of almost feels like antimony, if you know what I mean, is in there because of the like plus above the circle, but then it's sideways. That's tricky. I don't think I have another option though. I think it has to be this one. I don't think there's another one that makes sense. I'm also really worried about how similar this is to a circle. And it's for poison, but that is definitely a circle, not fuck it. Okay, items made of stone, it weighs exactly 1 pound. A Daedalus link. All right, well, we did it, sort of. Get over there. Move out of my way. Bring my plant back. I want my... No, bring it back. Ah! Oh no, I moved chat instead. Chat, I moved you. I'm so sorry. Terribly rude. So sorry. Alright, I'll just move over there. I want my plant. Bring me my plant back. I'm sure the plant won't catch on fire. Haha, so gender. Thank you. Oh, I need to label this one. Hang on. I don't know about that one. It makes me feel a bit funny. Oh, yeah. Do you mean... Blueprints? Blueprints is great. Temperance Parker. Did you label the Labubu? Oh, no, I didn't, did I? I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop in the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I can tell he's worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. Okay. Now hang on a second. So we labeled the wisdom. I didn't label the thing either. What was that called? Horn Shackle? Yeah. It was this one, right? Horn Sack. Wait, what? Which one was the Labubu? Was this the Labubu? Labubu. There you go. Shield Charm. I don't actually know what it looks like. Temperance is a lovely name. Shield Charm. Look at these hands. I know, I like labeling them though. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. The Oshadic Spirit or a Wandering Shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. There was something that was pewter. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. The Oshadic Spirit or a Wandering Shroud will not abide them, for example. What do we know about the Oshadic Spirit? Shadowhold and the Shield Charm. Oops. No! I didn't mean to do that. The Wandering Shroud. I don't see it. Oh, I was looking at the right hand side. Okay, it's just mentioned in this one. So we had something that was made of pewter. I've forgotten what it was. Wandering Shroud is your emo name. Shield Charm was the page you got. Yes, I got I got it for free. Maybe this is the same lady. Wait, hang on. No, because she's talking about her oh, Edmund Bishop. That's the bird guy? Yeah, the ornithologist. I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop in the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I can tell he's worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I like a shield charm all the same. Did anybody play Book of Hours? No. It did talk about symbols. I'm going to look at those now. So, shield charm. Protection. And they're made from a variety of metal. There was a pewter thing. I just don't remember which one it was. Do we have... Can you... This one. Oh, yes. Hang on. This. Was this the thing that had a cheap metal of some kind? Probably pewter. There we go. I think it's this. This has a protection symbol on it. Now, there are other things that I think have the protection symbol on it, but I think this is most likely because it has a primitive metal. And it's made with like brown fabric and bone. I think it's this. I don't think there's anything else that would fit the requirement. Something's definitely brewing. Do you know what I want? I need to play the root trees are dead, but I wanted to play it on my Steam Deck and I just can't. Maybe I'll play it on stream sometime. Yay! I got an achievement. Apprentice. This pen has a symbol of protection. And we got St. John's Anvil. This makes me want to play Strange Horticulture again. Right, so this is a shield charm. There we go. Root Trees is fantastic, but maybe not Giga Stream friendly. Do you think because of all the typing? Because I've heard it's a lot of typing, which is why I didn't want to play on my Steam Deck. Or do you think just because people backseat? Hugh Langston, hello. There's something I wanted to show you. Okay. I didn't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? What if it is cursed? It was hanging behind an old shed, all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw a quick map for you. Oh, okay. He's like, here, I want to show you something. I didn't pick it up, by the way. I didn't bring it. Okay, so there's a church, there's some trees, a pond, and then a house. Yeah? That looks to be what we're looking at. So, I think I can pick this up. Also, I could probably do this because... near a church. Well, there's a church. There's some trees, but I feel like... not sure about that one. Is there another church? I'm looking on the map. I know it's probably listed on the map as well, but I'm just curious if there's another... What is this? Oh, the pit. Incredible! High Green Church is number 4. Which is up here. Oh, yeah. Could it be that? I don't know. That doesn't really look like there's a building there. And there's no trees. I don't see any other churches. Undermere Church is this one. The pit. Text-based game with no voiceovers, and you have to deduct the next thing from the text you have access to. I see. I see someone playing it on Twitch. I'm trying to remember who. Anyone have any shorter book recommendations to help me get out of my book slump? What type of books are you looking for? I'm conflicted about this one because of his terrible drawing. Sorry, person who actually drew this. I don't mean that it's bad. I mean that he has purposefully not given me very good information. Because we have this, but this is a really big church. And I don't know how literal a person would be when drawing thing. Like, there's a building here. Do you see what I mean? There's like a long building here and then a small building here. Like, it could be this building. Yeah. The shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks out over the pond, but it's clear that it hasn't been used in some time. Thick brambles claw their way up and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest in a mottled green cloak. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. You often do. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eye as I reach for it, and I notice that there is another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden by the ivy. Dun dun dun. For a hand scribble mat, that's a pretty decent one. It contains enough references. I mean, it does, but mostly because there was only 2 churches.
33 wee.
Wee. Charlie, thank you so much for the resub. Happy 33 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. I'm now looking at book recommendations. So you want something dystopian or romance-ish? What have I read that has been wonderful? Hold on. Let me see. I'm terrible at remembering things off the top of my head. How short do you want? Cool little rhythm. She did a really cool little rhythm. Because I have some that are really short, or I have some that are like kind of, I don't know, what I would consider medium length and very enjoyable. I read a lot of really long books, though, that could have stood to be a lot shorter. A lot shorter. You're a fan of whatever. Feel like Legends and Lattes. Yeah, Legends and Lattes is really nice if you haven't read it. Short to medium length, preferably. Trying so hard to get out of your slump. So if you want something funny that's a little bit dirty, that time I got drunk and saved a demon was pretty fun. If that helps you get out of your slump. I also have... I did enjoy the first Murderbot book, which is very short. The Night and the Moth is really good. Fantasy, romance. I also read Heartless Hunter or Crimson Moth, depending on where you are in the world. It's very good. White Horse Black Knights is like a spicy romance, but it's spicy fantasy romance. It's really fun. It's like 400 pages. The first Murderbot book's like 150. And I'm just enjoying this music so much. They are good, for sure. Legends and Lattes is not super long. It's like 300-ish, I think. It's really fun. The Witcher books are quite short, and they all are filled with short stories, which is kind of nice. A book that I would actually super recommend, it's 376 pages, The Witch Collector. It's really good. It is really good. But yes, I agree. Becky Chambers is pretty great. Cozy sci-fi. Right, so we got 2 amulets for the price of 1. Nice. Very cool. Right, let's pop these up here. And then pet the cat. I love him. Hi, Verona, you're back. Eli's picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from the Hungerford house where I've been helping Dr. Robertson and looking for any clues about what happened there. Okay. What did you find? There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered Oshadic vessel. But whatever did this was no creeping dark. There was a strange black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of. Uh-oh. And the ravens, very unusual, but at least they seem to have dispersed. Huh. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to take a trip to Gleeston Castle to see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behaviour. But first I would like a Vesiger. Whatever this is, we don't want it spreading. Ooh, there's definitely something going on in Undermere. Vesiger. Can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence among other oddities. Flames burn pale blue in their presence. Wait. It tells me nothing else about it. Disease. Maybe there's some kind of symbol to do with disease and stuff before I start just picking stuff up and waving them on my candles. That's poison. That's not quite the same. I need to know. Carissa Weeks? Hang on, let me double check. Yeah, Carissa Weeks. Charissa, and then Weeks, Weaks. Protection is a symbol, although I don't know if the protection will be the first one, because we've got one already, but it's a different item, and I don't think I have any others that have that symbol. Don't know why I'm holding my finger up. I don't know why. Okay. Blessings. All right, fine. Let me have a look and see if I have any more information about Vesiger. Spread of disease. It's the only one. It doesn't say anything about what it could be, right? Flames burn pale blue. Can I pick up a candle? Yeah, I can pick up the candle. Ah! Hey! Well, that's the one. Now, what's interesting about this is it's made of stone with a bunch of gemstones on it. It also has gold. Raised detailing, and the rest of it feels... These feel cool. This feels warm. I have nothing to remark. Inner perception, nothing. I think it's this, though. Nice. Hi, Anders. How are you? Oh my gosh. Ash, thank you for saying that. That's really kind. I appreciate it. Using a candle, I'm able to confirm that flames burn blue in its presence. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. For the banishment of Hobbs, fear, and Noctic Sight, Moonstone Guardian. Tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. That makes me think that it would have been the owl. End of day. I don't want it to be the end of the day. I'm enjoying it too much. I'm gonna put Vesiger. I mean, I think it's kind of a positive one anyway, but... What's this? Oh. Well, that's interesting. Hi, Floral. How are you? You're afflicted with fever. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better soon. And we have this thing as well down here, which you can't see. There we go. This. Something's gonna fit in there. I still maintain that I need to be able to do something with this. So, 1 second. I don't know if that I can actually do anything with it right now. I mean, I could just stick it in each thing, but I don't think that would be appropriate. Okay, so this... Yeah, this... Okay. If that's the case, then there must be multiple in the pattern. Which means that the next one will have that after it. So I think it's here that this goes. But the other way around. Oh! Huh. I was able to examine it. Can I not rotate that? Would it not be the other way around? Oh no, it wouldn't be. I think it goes there. Because I think it's this part of the pattern. Yeah, I think that's where it goes. I don't think it does anything yet anyway, but that's okay. End of day 3. 2 days earlier, the writer and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower when they made a discovery. Their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. What are we drawing today? Alright, I need to know what everybody sees. I see a key. Definitely. 100% that's a key. That is a key. After a disagreement between two houses, I was buried beneath lock and key. A butt. Top Gun. That sounds very interesting, Sir Ronan. I've never heard that. Murder by memory. Interesting. I did not think dick first. Could be a cake. You never know if it's cake. That is true. You never know if it's cake. So we're going to a disagreement between two houses buried beneath lock and key. Okay. Right. Lock and key. Is this perhaps something to do with the names? I don't know why I keep coming down here to explore. There's a button to do it. Lock house. See? Lock house. Number 7. Between lock and key. Ivy strangles the iron gate, creaking loudly as it opens. Behind dust-cloaked windows, somebody watches me approach the old house. I tap the brass door knocker, waiting for an answer that never comes. Okay, so it's not that. Is there a key or something? Or is there a key? Is it going to be... No, I was going to make a joke about, like, lock, as in lock, and key, as in Q-U-A-Y. Keystone Manor, number 13. Buried beneath lock and key? Ahaha! Behind lock and key. I thought it was beneath. Large flat slab of granite marks the otherwise empty field. It bears an inscription. On this spot in the year 1813, Arthur Key did shoot and kill the beloved horse of Wellington Lock. What did the horse ever do to you? Buried at the foot of the slab, I find an unlocked chest containing a handful of legal documents as well as a pistol and another item that catches my attention. Woo! Pretty. Very pretty. Nice. Where's Darksmack when you need him for a Lost reference? You don't want to cook today? What are your options? Can you order in? Tango, the forbidden crumb? Just Mexican soup. You make a salsa and pour it in. You might not have the ingredients there. Boo! There was actually a Mexican store here, ran by a Mexican lady. But I don't know if it's still open. Well, the shop's still standing. That's something. Hi, Eli. Say what you will about Undermere, but this town is never quiet for long. It's true. I leave for a few days and suddenly everyone's talking about ravens and curses. It's me. I'm the problem. I'm going to need to find Verona and get up to speed on what's going on. I would laugh, bestie. Fucking make your money off the white people. It's fine. At least I didn't come away from Ravenglass empty-handed. I can always rely on Quiet Susan to unearth an interesting trinket or two. Quiet Susan? What? Excuse me. I'm gonna need more. What do you mean? What? Do you have? Who's Quiet Susan? Did you give it to me? What the hell is this? Is this Quiet Susan? Gold, green porcelain, a pinkish gemstone, and a white feather. Soft. I was like, do I know anything about this? Has a rotten... Oh, it smells like rotten eggs. I like her better than Loud Susan. I still don't understand why my Susan is considered lazy. She's trying her best, just spinning in the corner. I always wondered about the naming for Lazy Susan. I'm sorry, petting the cat is the best part. Edith Moore. Oh, she's wearing the seed. I am not a good person. I'm pushing away the only people I care about. Oh no, help me do better, please. I have to change, but I don't know how. What do you have that can help me banish my inner demons and make the changes stick this time? Girl, you are wearing the necklace you stole from someone. Banish my inner demons and make the changes stick this time. Right, so we have change as a thing. We have horn shackle, which, oops. We have the horn shackle and the libula. Demon, though, is also horn shackle. Bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems. Now, we have one of those. We could give her that. Kill her. Damn! This is the former friend who stole her necklaces. Okay, would you like a horn shackle to make the changes stick? There we go. I hope that helps her. We're giving her the horn. Pet the cat. Francesca's back. Oh, hello. The doctor? The Evacant didn't snap Dr. Hungerford out of it, unfortunately. Let's just hope that I did actually give her the correct thing. Strange, at times he appears almost awake, but he is deep in some kind of trance and I can't get anything out of him. Okay. What can we give him? He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, but I'm not willing to give up so easily. 40-year-old antique reporting. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm going to need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. A sleep token, you say? Sorry. I feel like that... Oh, anyway. She wants a sleep vessel. Okay, the 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 thalmic disciplines: Selenic, Dradic, Noctic, Diurnic, Wixic, and Mentic. They help people stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time and repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though the undreamed nightmares within are beginning to seep out. Girl, this seems like a bad idea. This seems like a bad idea. So, how many points was it? 6? I've immediately seen something that might be what I'm looking for. The 6 points of a sleep vessel. So we have this, but this is protection. Sense of crackling energy. The thing in the middle, what does that mean? I forget. Insanity. Girl, I don't know if that's a good idea. This has 6 points. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. This has 6 points. And an eye. It has an energy about it. Does that eye actually mean anything specific? We have foresight. I mean... I don't think we have another eye that could really work. I don't know, girl. Do you have something else that has 6 points that isn't one of those? Like this, you could interpret that as 6 points. I don't think so. Technically that has 6 points. There's a darkness to it. As if it holds untold fears inside. I don't like it. How many points are on the tree? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many. Yeah, I was thinking nightmares are fears. 6 nubbins, really. The hexagon thing. Wait, which one do you mean? The bones? The bones are an Ossic ring. They're something else. I'm super torn. This one has protection, right? But that... Your eyes are on vacation. That means insanity. Maybe protection from insanity? This is protection here, isn't it? Yeah, protection. So is this protection from insanity? That's 6 points. Sense of crackling energy flickers in the depths of my mind. This thing doesn't... My heart feels lighter. I don't think that's it. I also would argue that it technically isn't 6-pointed. Yeah, because protection's around. So I'm trying to decide between this. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to put that there. Okay, girl, can you put it on the shelf? Thank you. That. And that. This, to me, looks very much like open eyes. You know what I mean? But... I went to math class in rural Idaho. Carry on. It has an energy about it. It's flecked with blood. Now, that symbol has foresight. This one... Oh, it's not this one. Which one was the one that I picked up? This one. There's a darkness to it as if it holds untold fears inside. That's really tricky. The 6 points of the sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 thalmic disciplines: Selenic, Dradic, Noctic, Diurnic, Wixic, and Mentic. They help people stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time and repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though the undreamed nightmares within are beginning to seep out. That makes me think this. Genuinely. No, I think you're right. I think awake, eye open, and then also the fact that it looks like something's seeping out of it. Like blood, like a nightmare. It has energy about it. I don't know, though. And we know that...
Are you still there? It's joke time. What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck.
Beta! Thank you for the resub. Happy 74 months. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think it's this. Because none of the other things feel like they have anything seeping, and it's difficult. This is difficult to handle. Like the nightmares themselves are seeping out. I feel like it's this. Oh no! Wasn't the item I was looking for. I should slow down and think about this more carefully. Okay, it's fine. It didn't give it to her. Okay, so it's definitely not that. So it's either that, I think, or the necklace. So if you're gonna say 6 points, I think of like this shape. And the fact that it says it feels fears inside, I think that's more likely than the protection from insanity one. I think that's gonna be specifically for insanity. Oops. So I would say we probably are on to the necklace. Sure. Osric. Did she say anything else? Strange. At times he appears almost awake, but he is deep in some kind of trance and I can't get anything out of him. He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, but I'm not willing to give up so easily. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm going to need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. Is that all your items? Yes. Except for this. I don't have anything in here. The drawer or the thing is locked still. I haven't done this though. I think I know what it is. If it's the same as the thing, I think it might be that. Might be the lens. But yes, I've moved everything over. There's some stuff behind my camera, but it's just like this. And this. Do we think it's the necklace? I think it's the necklace. I wonder if I can see anything, actually. If I look at this again. All thalmic objects produce a field of sorts. Though invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thalmic lens. I think the lens might be that. Does this... No, maybe not. Maybe it's not. Hello? I thought it would be, but maybe not. I'm scared to give her the necklace. Fuck it. Okay. Item has 6 points. Closer inspection reveals the darkness inside. I'm very concerned about that one. Resonance compass will point towards the nearest resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected this way. Resonant objects are highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Oh, did I? Is this? What is this? I have a growing fear within me. I cannot let it take hold. Ooh. That's scary. These are all my documents, right? Yeah, can I actually pop that other one in there? Oh, where did it go? Never mind, it's gone. Oh, actually, I think it goes in automatically. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Hi, Corva Bianco Bond. What's up? I am currently playing a game called Strange Antiquities. Many years ago, I owned a Silent Breath, but it was already old when I inherited it, and its power died soon after. It's about time I replaced it. It's like an occult puzzle game. I've been doing the Witcher 3 live streams as well. But welcome on in. So I will be streaming more Witcher 3 tomorrow. Many years ago, I owned a Silent Breath, but it was already old when I inherited it, and its power died soon after. What's a Silent Breath look like? The White Stag, Guardian of the Forest. There are those who there are those that consider the White Hart a prize to be claimed, but there is no glory to be had from killing such a noble guardian of the forest. A Silent Breath contains a small token taken from a living white stag. While the stag lives, the item will retain its power, allowing the bearer to sense danger before it arrives. We do have a little totem, but I don't think it's that. There was an antler. Maybe the antlers were made of actual antler. What's the wheel close to the skull mask with horns? Hang on. We're looking for a small token from a living white stag. It might be this. Yes, thank you for watching the playthrough. I really appreciate it. If you're going to give a wrong item, I guess a freaky bleeding hand is probably an unfortunate one. True. You took a small hit to it when you visited wrong places on the map. Interesting. The wheel close to the skull mask with the horns? Oh, you mean down here? It pulls this up. So I'm guessing I'm going to have something I can put in there. There we go. Or the tree. So I suspect it's this. Oh no, this is made of clay. Never mind. Okay, no, I take it back. Do I have something that has like a bit of antler that I haven't identified yet? This is made of wood, right? Wood. These are bronze. A small token from... Deer have feathers, right? I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I don't think this one's right because it seems to be white paint and wood. You don't usually watch live streams because you're from across the pond. Yeah, my streams start really early for peeps in the US. Rough and gnarled. It could be. Although, I thought at first it was bone, but it's in fact clay. What is this? Glass filled with a blue liquid. It's cold to the touch. Seems to make the hairs stand on the back of my neck. Hiya, Romeo. Good morning. What's this made out of? Tarnished silver. Right, hang on a second. I'm going to do something controversial. I'm going to move everything that has been labeled to the end of the same shelf. So you can go there. If it's been labeled, it's going over here. Who am I organizing my shit? That way we know that if they're on that side, they've been identified. So the things that haven't been identified... What is it made out of? Gemstone, gold, wood. That's all gold. We know this is just bronze. This is just clay. What is this made out of? Slate and a dark purple gemstone. Bronze and an orange gemstone. Gold and silver? Yeah. Pale yellowy green, iron, gold, black gemstone. This was all bronze, right? Yeah. It's all blonde. Blondes? It's all blondes. All the way down. We need to label this, don't we? This was a sleep vessel. I'm putting that as a negative one. Sleep vessel. There we go. This is freaking me out. The eye constantly moving. What's this? Pearlescent blue glass and iron. It's cool and smooth. What else could there be? Am I missing something? Unless yellowed paper and green glass. Nothing to remark. It has a strong odor. When it shakes, it rattles. What is that symbol? That's not the P symbol, is it? No. It's vinegar. Piss and vinegar. Can you explain the premise of the game? So people come to your shop. You're essentially running an occult antique shop, and they are asking you for items for specific purposes, and you have to identify which they are based on clues. I also didn't move this along. I should have. A raven. What could it be? Has a smell like rotten egg. Doesn't have any symbols on it. What am I missing about this? Silent breath. Like, that makes me think that it could be a small token. Like, silent breath contains a small token. Makes me think it could be a bottle. This could be it. A glass filled with a blue liquid, like a hair from the stag, like a piece of fur. And then this says it makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. That feels like that could be it. Do you get where I'm coming from? A white hair. Yeah, I think it's this. Yay! The item features a white hair, potential trophy from a white stag. On closer inspection, my senses come alive. Okay, cool. An Elva stone. Super cool. Right, so that was Silent Breath. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Silent Breath. I'm going to give that a green. There we go. Cool. Pet the cat. Channeling inner Sherlock. Hello, Rufus. I've always wanted to try a Daedalus link. Daedalus. Super green. Sorry. I have a personal... I assume you were making a Fifth Element reference. I have a personal interest in the celestial branch, so I'm not completely new to such things, nor am I ignorant of the risks, and I have a good reason for it. I need to take care of some roof repairs, and this would seem the safest way to approach it. Does it? I have a personal interest in celestial branch, so I'm not completely ignorant to such things, nor am I ignorant of the risks. Right, go on then. What's that? Oh. Daedalus Link is a powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. Well, we do have a rock that is currently levitating. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight. Their designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight, a feather or the wings of a bird or an insect, for example. Maybe not, but I mean, actively flying. Like, this is actively levitating. Home Depot sells ladders, but this guy comes here first. I was just gonna say, wouldn't a ladder be better? It's rough and pitted. Fair enough that he wants to protect himself from falling off his roof. I mean, true, but by flying? So I do have stuff with feathers. That's not going to be it, though. Do I have anything else with feathers or wings? I have bats and a bird. Tarnished silver. Raised detailing. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Now, the symbol in the middle looks like a chain. That could be a link. A Daedalus link? Do you see where I'm going with that? Daedalus. I don't know how the emphasis works on that word. I always get it wrong. Do you see what I mean? Although I'm concerned by the swirls. Because they're opposites. But anyway, this could be a link. Do you know what I mean? What else has levitation as a part of it? Levitation. Only the Daedalus. What the fuck is with this? What's with the floating fucking stone? I feel like it might be this. It's a bird. But I'm scared now because I've already taken a little step up this foreboding. That's the insanity symbol. What is this one? Is it gonna be like panic? Confusion. I am confused, apparently. I mean, that's true. And then there's one that looks decidedly not good. Fear, and then insanity. Fuck it. Yay! Hi, Jinx. The bird motif is a connection to flight. Using my weighing scales, I can confirm this is a very lightweight. Oops. Was I supposed to do that? Acoustic purifier. A small topaz gemstone known as the Eye is placed in a strong smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spirit or vinegar. That could be that. Okay, so that was a Daedalus link. There we go. You can go over here. And we'll pet the cat. Ding, ding, ding. Edmund Bishop. The Birdman's back. Hi, Birdman. The ravens are back, I see. Looks like it's going to be worse this time. After speaking to Verona, I've come to extend an open invitation to visit Gleeston Castle. Ooh. My family has lived there for generations, and I know there are artifacts that would be of use to you, gathering dust in hidden corners. I would love to explore a castle and just get a bunch of artifacts. That'd be so cool. All I ask is that you stay out of the South Tower and the master bedroom. Okay, Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Stay out of the West Wing. And run anything you find by me first, of course. Okay. Ooh, is this like a formal invitation? Oh, wait, hang on. I want to... Oh, but I really want to see. Hang on. But can I... Wait. I want to read this. Here's something to get you started. Walk past the main staircase and turn left. Follow that corridor down to the end and go through the door to the left. There's a small plinth in the corner of that room with an item on it that you're welcome to. I never did like it anyway. So, we are... in here. Now, it said to turn left, right? Walk past the main staircase and turn left. Follow that corridor down to the end and go to the door on the left. So, this, I would say, would be the main staircase, right? So you go here and follow this down to the end and go in here. The plinth is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small writing desk. A glass jar houses the object mentioned in Edmund's note. As I gather the item and turn to leave, my eye is drawn to a green book on the desk. The author's name is of particular interest. I pick it up and find Edmund on my way out, who encourages me to take it with me. I tried to insist on paying for it at least, but he won't entertain the idea. Ooh, gemstones and their thalamic purposes, and then a cool looking item. Neat. Right, so archive. You can pop that in there. Oh, can I not pop that? Okay, I think I can put it in the drawer down here, so let's close that. Pop you in there. And then, oh, I accidentally zoomed. And then gemstones. I want to look at the gemstones book. Right, amber, diurnic, yellow or orange, sometimes containing impurities. The sunstone, fire and light, heat and life. Amethyst, wixic, purple, a stone of containment. Aquamarine, dradic, pale blue or turquoise, a stone of water. Bloodstone, wixic, dark green or black with flecks of red, a dark stone for dark purposes. Iolite, diurnic, dark bluish purple, a calming stone of peace and safety. Jade, dradic, green, a stone of the earth and of nature. Cryonite, mentic, blue, an anchor between body and mind. Malachite, mentic, dark green, striated, the fourth eye, a stone of sight. Who out here having... No, never mind. Moonstone, selenic, pearly opalescent, usually pink or off-white, a stone of protection and enveloping night. Obsidian, dradic, black, volcanic glass, a stone of fire and fury. Onyx, noctic, black, striated, a stone of the night and of darkness. There are some who fear it and some who are seduced by it. Look, fear and arousal are very similar. Topaz, wixic, pale yellow, a stone of strength. And Vivianite, noctic, dark blue-green. I think that's the one that's on the skull. Stone of death and decay. It grows on iron coffins and waterlogged corpses. Oh, grim. Okay, cool. Oh, wrong thing. Right. I think. Pet the cat. We will end the day, and then I will get my coffee. Malachite is a very pretty stone. The end of a long passageway. After days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it, they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. Interesting. Right, what do we see? A house. Okay, well, where the flip is that? Or not a house. Is that a house on the map? Is that a room? Why does it look like it's inside a mirror? Interesting. Back at it again. Day 5. It's Monday. No worries, Neo. That's a good idea. Hi, kitten. This is Jupiter, by the way. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, we got mail. Oh, hell yeah. Not sure about this fog today. It's an eerie atmosphere out there, especially with those damn ravens back again. It's usually fierce black dogs I have to worry about, not big black birds. Better off inside, I reckon. Listening while driving home. It's the end of the day for me. Drive safe. Open. Hello. The triangle has intrigued me ever since I first heard about it as a young boy. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you'll at least have heard it, but did you know this? I calculated the exact center point and there's a small clearing there. It can't be a coincidence. What's more, there is a certain energy about it, not entirely welcoming either. I wonder if you might take a look for yourself. Thomas, Pope, and Hamish. Hamish the dog! Tell Dark Insanities I said thanks for the sub if you see them before I do. Will do. Right, so there's a center point and a small clearing and a triangle. Alright, we'll go on then. The triangle. Is it actually called the triangle? Or is it going to be a triangle? It said pine trees, right? What causes the pine trees to grow like that? That's not the triangle, right? Mossy wood. Is it going to be in somewhere? Did it say, actually? What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you'll at least have heard of it. But did you know this? I calculated the exact center point and there's a small clearing there. Right, am I supposed to be looking for... I'm gonna look on the list. I just saw the Twinings went. So we played the demo of this, and we've also played Strange Horticulture before, which is actually in this game. Same devs. Have a good day, Mighty Mur. I think a lot of us needed this today. I can't see. What's 27? Jacob's Folly. You find it? Did you just find it with your eyeballs? Imagine finding things with your eyeballs. Oh yeah, it's right here. I was looking for like just trees on their own in a triangle, not in the middle of something. Okay. Sure enough, as I approach the center, the curious triangular copse at the heart of Heathwood, I come across a clearing. A tree that has been split in two stands in the center. Sunlight breaks through and I take a deep breath of cleansing pine and earth. Almost immediately, I'm struck by a sense of ominous power and my intuition tells me... Why has the music stopped? Okay. My intuition tells me that there's something unusual here at the heart of the wood. I examine the broken tree and notice some strange markings carved into the trunk. Heart beating faster, I spot something else embedded in the wood. 3 pendants arranged in triangle shape. Well, that's 2 different kinds of hand. We're running out of spaces for pendants, so I think I'm going to move these guys over here. Because I think I want to keep my pendants up on the same side. So this, I think, can go into my archive. That's... Oops. Hello. Ding ding. Gus Foley. It has been many years since I performed the rite of the red knives, yet I can still remember every step. I'd do it one more time before I die if I could only get my hands on an Orford spire. I tried that place in Arnside and they sent me here. Okay, an Orford spire. Here we go. Oh. During the rite of the red knives, An Orford Spire is fully submerged in goat's blood. For, it's got spiky bits. It's going to be the thing that I handed to her and it went for 9 days and 9 nights. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. Hi, Sander. How are you? So, the two things we have that had blood were this and this. I think it's going to be this. But I'm kind of freaked out by the fact that, like, it just has an energy about it. I think it's this, though. Rite of the Red Knives. I think it's this. I'm always a little bit nervous now. Oh my gosh. Hi, Az. What? Baba, do you think you can maybe continue on your path to the top of my PC so that I don't have... No? No? Okay, cool. Hang on a second. Hi, Baba. Hi, my love. Let's put this on the mixer so you don't sit on it and press the buttons and scare people. Right, okay. 2 of the points of the stem are visible in the sketch. What did I say? Closer inspection reveals dried blood, suggesting this item has been submerged in blood. Nice. The Amphibian Talon. Best day ever. Hi, Zaves. How are you? Hi, Baba. Baba, Baba, Baba. Could you sit? He is but a cat. Right, don't press any buttons on my keyboard, okay? You can sit. In fact, I probably don't need to use my keyboard all that much. So we'll see there. Now you can lie wherever you want, but good boy. Pet the cat. And mine too. Eli White. Hi, Eli, you're back. I need to go away for a few days again. Alright, I didn't even know you were still here, to be honest. The Order of the Black Veil will have the information I'm looking for. They need to understand the world beyond death, drinking an elixir that sinks them into a deep trance. If I'm right, they may be able to shed some light on these events. Okay. The only problem is I burned that bridge long ago. Could you hand me that Guise of Lillian? It won't be the first time I've used one to get around their hatred of me. Okay. Guise of Lillian. Oh wait, I need to mark that. Hang on. Orford Spire. This feels icky. Oh, I have to type. Don't worry, Az. You're fine. Orford Spire. Was that what it's called? I'm putting the lid back on my keyboard. Move your fur. A Guise of Lillian. Okay. Bud. This guy. Are you serious? Guise of Lillian. These items can allow the bearer to pass unrecognized. If used for any length of time, the wielder can begin to lose their sense of self. Oh. The remains of bygone creatures have been used in thaumaturgy for centuries, from petrified teeth and bones to trilobites, ammonites, and devil's toenails? Ew. The Guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. So bones, remains of bygone creatures. There's a market for everything. No, you're right. What's this? It's a devil's toenail. No, it's silver. I'm kidding. There's a fossil. Like, that feels... It appears to be a fossilized creature of some sort. You've been stuffed with a burger? What kind of burger? Hard enraged, rough and pitted. Nothing to remark. Inner perception. I know a slight out-of-body feeling, like my hands belong to someone else. Used for any time, the wielder can begin to lose their sense of self. I think it's this. Clues. The item has an ammonite fossil. I had an ammonite fossil when I was a kid. Closer inspection reveals that it produces an out-of-body feeling. You can't just talk about Solu like that. Tenebran cloak, or Tenebran. Right, let me add. I think this one sounds dangerous. Okay, Az, we're just gonna have to trust you not to touch the keyboard, okay? What was it called? Guise of Lillian. Guise? Guise of Lillian? Was it Lillian? I hope so. Otherwise, that's what it's called now. The Devil's Toenail was the name of the club I worked at in uni. Hi, kitten. Oh, I got an achievement. Feline Priorities, Pet Jupiter 30 times. Nice. Oh, we got Rebecca Rose, a new person. Hello. Hi. Oh, is that a cat? Yep. My eyes have completely gone now, but it's good to know I still have my cat senses. Pet the kittens. I'll pet Az for you. I do hope I'm in the right place. My daughter told me about a shop that specializes in unusual items. It's me. They're dildos. No, I'm kidding. My life's joy has always been painting. Without that in my life, I'm afraid I'm at a bit of a loss. I know that I will never see again, but is there anything in your collection that might help me paint again? So I'm thinking sight or... Wait, did she say something else? It seems like such a I feel foolish for asking. It seems such a small thing, but to me it means everything. No. Oh, here we go. Aries Remnant or Spirit Eye. So let's have a look at them. An Aries Remnant. These objects induce a form of synesthesia. I have synesthesia! Where colors and tones, light and shadow can be felt through touch. Mine are not touch related though. They are sometimes used by those who work in low light conditions such as miners. The gemstones in an Aries Remnant are arranged in the shape of the constellation that shares its name. This tune. I really like it. Right, okay. So this allows those to see... They're sometimes used by those who work in low light conditions such as miners. What about Spirit Eye? There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps, a layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols as inscribed upon them. Now, we have this dark green gemstone. This has the heat and cold on it. Polished, rough, carvings, nothing to remark, and nothing to remark. That feels like it's potentially quite intense, if you know what I mean. Whereas an Aries Remnant is with a... I think this is better. The gemstones are arranged in the shape of the constellation that shares its name. Do we have something that has gemstones arranged in an arc? We have that circular thing there, but I don't think that's like, you know what I mean? That's not right. The eyeball freaks me out. The eyeball really freaks me out. Do I have anything with a gemstone in it that I haven't already labeled? Safer but not as effective, yeah. Colors and tones, light and shadow can be felt through touch. They're sometimes used by those who work in low light conditions. The gemstones in Aries Remnant are arranged in the shape of the constellation that shares its name. Oh yeah, actually, that, if it's rotated. Now, the dark purple gemstone. Is it gonna be... So this is Stone of Containment. I don't think it's that. I think it's the other one. Calming Stone of Peace and Safety. You don't have any other ones. It says dark purple. I have cat hair in my mouth. I think it is probably the Iolites. Does it say? Or did it just say purple? Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. That does look like it would be correct, doesn't it? Because it's, yeah, it's rotated, but it's about the right shape. I think you're right. Hi, Spooky. How are you? I think that's an Aries Remnant, and I think I would be more comfortable giving her that than the Spirit Eye. Nice. Hopefully that works. Scythian Charm. Oh, no. Right, I'm going to give that one a green one. Aries Remnant. All right, cool. Okay. Pet the cat. Is it just me, or does the time just never change? I should have read about her as well. Clarence Hawker. Those ravens have done for 3 more poor buggers. Raven, what are your cousins doing? 2 of them up at Kelgarth and another fella a fisherman. People are getting a bit panicky around here. Nothing natural about folk turning up with eyes all black like that. And now this fog too. With the nights drawing in and me working late, I refuse to walk down Holbrook Road without so much as a lantern. Makes me want to go and look at Holbrook Road. I had something nice and bright in mind. Well, that's pretty bright. The second hand is moving. Everybody has that one cousin. Well, who is Rebecca? Hold on a second. Rebecca Rose. Rebecca's eyesight deteriorated very quickly several years ago, and now she's just barely able to distinguish dark and light. This affliction has robbed her of the thing in the world that brought her the most joy, painting, and yet it has not robbed her of her determination or her kindness or her love of life. When she learned of Strange Antiquities and that it might hold a way to restore her sight, she was hesitant. She never did anything without careful consideration, but eventually her desire to paint again won over, and she decided the risk was worth taking. There's something I'm not sure that you've noticed that I don't understand about. Feel free to say. A sun bond. Next page. The pendulum. On the clock. Sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly and made of non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. So this is pearlescent blue glass. It feels warm here, but not in here. But it does look like it's illuminating, doesn't it? So I think it is that. The spider is kind of cracking me up. It's Galadriel. A light in dark places. Do you mean that the pendulum is not moving at the same time as the second hand? Oh. I think we did that in the demo, but I don't remember what it was for. Do I have a way of knowing what the moon phase is right now? That's not how clocks work. I don't know why I think that's a lens. But anyway, we'll come back to that. Oh, it's got different times on it. Huh. Well, isn't that weird? Right, I think it's this. Oh. Do I? I think it's that. Non-precious metal, iron, housing a gemstone of light. It's designed to be, well, how much does it weigh? Let's find out. We need to move over here. Yeah, it's not super heavy. I would say the only thing is it doesn't look like a gemstone. So, bronze and a turquoise gemstone. That's the wrong thing. Turquoise is... Where did turquoise go? Is it not here? Unless it's not actually turquoise, unless it's aquamarine. It's a stone of water. Small and lightweight. Orange gemstone, gold, wood. Gold is too precious, I think. What about this one? Bronze and an orange gemstone. Nothing to remark. Feels a little warmer than I would expect. I think it's actually that. I think this doesn't have... I was thinking there's a gemstone in it, but I'm beginning to think that this might be what we're looking for. How much does it weigh? I'm guessing. Yeah, it's even lighter. So I think it's this. Yay! This item has an amber gemstone, a stone of light. It's made of bronze, a non-precious metal. Upon closer inspection, it is strangely warm. Okay, and we got Cyrene Ward, or Siren. So that was a sun bond. There we go. Probably should be adding symbols, because I bet you the symbols come in handy later on, but here we are. Audrey Bell. Bend your ear to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. I will need a Holgan Grimm in the coming days. Okay. Who are you? The priest. Followers of the warrior god Holgar are not easy to come by, but they make up for their low numbers with zeal and grandiosity. Their priests have all the self-appointed authority of a village fete organizer, or fete organizer. Fate organizer, and the power struggles between clergy and acolyte are as bitter and hard fought as many a debate about bunting or cake stands. Audrey has strong opinions about death and the afterlife, perhaps forgetting that the god she follows is best known for sending thousands of people reluctantly to it, but had very little to say about its substance. Okay, Holgan Grimm. Let's have a look. Holgan Grimm. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in why do I think it's going to be a mask? And various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. What is that? Hang on a second. Let's go back. Oops. To... That looks like the horns of the mask. It's worn by priests of Holgar. This has a dark blue-green gemstone that's grown on corpses and tombs, and this is meant to look like bone. It fills me with a sense of foreboding. I think that's the one. The mask is an eerie item that can be worn. The sketch shows a priest wearing a mask with their back to us. Using the index, we can find a sketch of Holgar to whom the mask bears a striking resemblance. The gemstone is Vivianite, a stone of death. Lead heart. Okay, so this is a... What was his name? Holgan Grimm. Can I actually see what Holgar looks like? Holy shit! Holgar wielding his twin axes, Wolfsong and Fearbringer. Holgan Grimm or Holgan Grimm? This feels like a bad one. What them arms do. Why he looks so sad? Not smash? I mean, probably. Hold on, 1 second. That's just me putting my keyboard cover away. Okay. Now, I need to do something with this. This compass looks like it's pointing to the southwest. So, hey, I have a little protection symbol here. Like, do I see something down here that would fit that shape, or is it going to be a room in the house? Because that looks like a mirror to me. Is it in the southwest, or is it southwest of me? I think it has to be in the southwest. What about this? Is there a southwestern room in this that looks the appropriate shape? I don't think so. Do we have a Mars in winter, rising in summer? What? Mars in winter, rising in summer. What does that mean? Okay. Too many spirits. It's called Strange Antiquities. I can't tell. Like, this is the right shape, but I don't think it's that. The room next to the stairs? You mean this? I don't think it's the right shape. Unless you mean a different one. Or do you mean this one? It could be that one. It's about the right shape. My question is, what does this mean? Good shout. A portrait of some dead lord eyes me suspiciously as I enter the room and start absent-mindedly opening drawers. The room is cold and austere, and I'm about to leave when I spot a crate under the chest of drawers. This could be something. Cool. We'll pop that over here. Okay. Do we have any outstanding clues right now? I don't think so, right? Do we get to keep those cards? The 2 maps are in there. That drawer is empty. That has something that can go in there. Right, okay. I feel like the clock... Maybe we don't have enough information for the clock yet. But... I feel like the clock is interesting. Because it has different hands. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. There is something there, but I don't know what it is yet. Damn. So I think I'm just gonna pause that for now. So we're just gonna end the day. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard, a small black casket, a very valuable small black casket.
This is now my favorite spot.
Lil! Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it looks like there should be something there, Ulrich. Lil, thank you for the raid. Hello, hello. How are you? Hi, Commandant Herder. Hi, Lil. Hi, Rooney. Hi, Harry. How's it going? Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Psyche. It's nice to meet you. I'm a variety streamer from Northern Ireland. I'm shy and bi. I like games that make me cry, and we're playing Strange Antiquities, which I've been so excited for, and I'm having such a good time with. I love a good puzzle game. Hi, Alexander Griffin. How are you? How's it going, friends? What were you up to today? Thank you. Can we get a shout out for Little Lil, please? Welcome on in, everybody. What were you playing? Tell me all about it. Thank you so much. If you've not seen this game before, it's an absolute delight. No, because I can't spell shout out. Did you spell it shoto out? Because that's what I do all the time. And then I do that thing where I try to do the tab to autocomplete, and then it tabs to autocomplete and adds brackets, username brackets at the end. Before your eyes, a game controlled by blinking. Oh, I've heard about that. Interesting. Shoot out. Nice try, though. We're playing Strange Antiquities, and if you've not played it yet, and you've not played Strange Horticulture, start with Strange Horticulture. It's amazing. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard, a small black casket, a very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. Bing! What will we find today? A rock. A cave. A staircase. Up the stairs, left and then left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. Up the stairs, left, and then left again on the right. Second on the right is where I spend each night. Well, we're gonna have to go there. Buddy, can you put your paw away? Thank you. My angel. Alright, so let's pull this up. So I'm guessing this is up the stairs. So up the stairs. It says left and then left again. So left, left, right? That doesn't make sense, right? Does it mean to go... Am I being stupid? Stairs are always up to something. Up the stairs. I suppose it depends on which staircase you came up. So that might be left. But then it says left again. Maybe it's because you don't actually turn left. Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. I'll move it to here. This goes up even further. Where the heck does this go? Why are there so many staircases? Holy moly. Oh, hell yeah, Romy. That's awesome. Where does that go? Oh, that's that staircase. Room below the sun thing? Unless you go through it. I don't understand because it says left and then left again. Up the stairs, left and then left again. Second on the right is where I spend my night. Unless it means up the left-hand staircase, then left again, then second on the right. But then there's no second entrance on the right. You turn left to get into the hallway and then left into the room. But if you came up this staircase, you would turn right to get into the hallway. So if you did this, left, this would be left again, then second on the right would be this one. Nope. Oh no! Ah! No, leave me alone! I really thought that was it. Right, hang on. So, up the stairs, left, then left again. I am, of course, assuming that it's the main staircase. And that this is the grand hallway downstairs, right? And that this is the thing. Up the stairs. See, that would be left again to me. And I don't think that's right. Is this like a balcony? I think this is a balcony. But alternatively, it could technically be up the stairs, left, left again, second on the right. But that would be the balcony, so that just makes sense. Unless it means... Well, no, technically, actually, no. If we did this up here, left, left, then it would be this one. If we assume it's not the other stairs. If we assume it's the other stairs, not the main stairs. Fuck it. Hey! This is a different staircase. The bedroom looks like it hasn't been used for some time. A thin layer of dust coats the furnishings and cobwebs decorate every corner. Pulling back the thin curtains lets some light in, but more importantly, they reveal a macabre item that has been hiding on the windowsill all this time. Oh! Item discovered. Look at the rain. It's pretty. All right, well, we'll just pop you over. Well, actually, we'll pop you over there with the rest of the macabre items. Hi, kitten. Hello, you two. Helena Appleton. I can never get any peace in my house. That goes really well with my withered hand. When am I to find time to do my writing? I've tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore. And besides, I can still hear the shouting and banging at all hours. I heard you might be able to help me. You can pet the cat, and it purrs! The instructor for the online class I'm in left her alarm active on her computer and stepped away. It's chiming away while we all sit here and wait for her to start class. That's not fun, breakfast. St. John's Anvil. There we go. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. They can even be tuned to filter out certain noises. Ooh, the bat! But allow others to be heard still? But why a bat? Every sound is nope, never mind. Every sound is louder and clearer. The opposite of that. Right, I need something that... an anvil? An anvil. Have I already encountered something that makes a noise? I have nothing to remark. Not that. What's this? No sound. No sound. No sound. Is there something? I feel like there was something that made things quieter. Did I? Don't make it be this. This is very cool though. Nothing to remark. The hand. Nope. You think you're looking for something like that looks like a poppy? You don't know that. Are you good there, bud? He's having a bath. I would argue that none of these look like a poppy. Sorry, that just reminded me. I read a book once where I was listening to the audiobook at the same time because it was helping me focus. And I was listening to the audiobook on a slightly faster speed, and the reader, the narrator, when he was reading out the segments of the male character, would say Poppy's name. Poppy. Now, one thing I will say, I did have this, which is still sitting here. That's a flower? Do I have something that would fit in that? I don't think so. Could you stop kicking my keyboard? Az said no. He said absolutely not. He said, I will not stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Get back down there. Go back in. Thank you. I really want to open this, by the way, but I can't. St. John's Anvil. Can never get any peace. I need something that doesn't have, like, sound. What is this? This is very cool. I also don't see anything that looks like a flower. Sorry, that made me jump. Sounds are muffled in its presence. Do poppy leaves look like that? I don't feel like they do, but maybe they do. I always thought they were smooth. An orange gemstone, wood, gold, bronze. Warm. They do a bit. Weird. I don't know why I always thought they were smooth. I guess they do. It's funny because I looked at the two leaf ones and was like, I don't think that's what poppy leaves look like, but if I'd looked at the sketch, I would have seen it. I think that's probably it then. They look like oak leaves or tomato, but the drawing never lies. The leaves in the design are similar to the leaves in the sketch of the plants. Closer inspection reveals that it does indeed muffle sounds. All right. Let me... Grace? Grace. One is pen to spell melancholy. Share the design of the shadow catcher. Interesting. That was called a what now? A St. John's Anvil. I'm going to give that neutral. St. John's Anvil. Oopsie. There we go. Cool. So we've named that one as well. I'm going to pop it all the way at the end. Whoops. Not that far over. Jeez. Okay. Cool. Hi, Jupiter. Hello. Barton Potter. You must be the Thaumaturge's apprentice. That's me. I bet he's a hard man to work under. I mean, he keeps fucking off, but he's helped me out more than once in the past, though. I suppose there'd be different types of poppy. Speaking of the past, my eye has been aching again lately. That can't be a good sign. I'd be willing to make a fair trade for an Elva stone if you have one. An Elva stone, you say? Also, who did we get here? Is it him? Relic Hunter. Barton Potter. Intelligent, affable, heroic. These are the words that Barton Potter would use to describe himself. Irresponsible, impulsive, and foolhardy are some of the more tasteful terms that those who have dealt with him might use. One thing is not in dispute. He knows how to track down objects, and he certainly knows their worth. He's also no coward, and he bears the scars to prove it. He's one of few who have ventured into the depths of the catacombs and lived to tell the tale. And tell the tale he does at the slightest provocation. Okay, an Elva stone. Let's find an Elva stone. Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, a connection that is also reflected in their design. Braxis. Braxis is just associated with the Elva stone. Burning blood. Also only associated with the Elva stone. And then Selenic. Elva stone, the Selenic totem, and the sleep vessel. Which one was this one? Oh, it was the owl. Okay. Selenic of the moon. The metal that is associated with it. Let me see. Do we have... planetary metals? We have silver. And Elva stone? Silver. All silver and stone. Has an ethereal quality to it. I don't know about that one. This one doesn't have silver, so I feel like that's probably not true. Although I'm intrigued by these symbols. This is interesting as well. But isn't it, didn't it say it was a pendant? Oh no, maybe not. It's associated with the Selenic discipline. I feel like it's probably this thing. Here. But is there anything else that would fit? Like this doesn't have anything particularly... Oh, it's tin as well, so it's not going to be that. I think it is probably the moon, because their design is associated with the Selenic discipline. I think that makes sense. And I don't think any of the other ones do. So I'm going to say it's this. Yay! The design features crescent moons, a reflection of the Selenic. The metal is silver associated with the moon. Nice. Ooh, thank you for the trade. What the heck is that? Don't know what that is. Oh, thank you, Az, for depositing a cat hair on my mouse. An Elva stone. Would we say it's a good thing? I'm giving it a neutral one. For no reason other than vibes. What's this? Interesting. You can go on the shelf. And we'll pet the cat. Because obviously... Verona Green, she's back again. What now? Yes, it's Elva stone. That's exactly where rock and roll comes from. I've been doing some reading. See what you make of this. Okay. Ambra. These items cause mental fog. Oh my god, it's ADHD! Withering of intellect and thought. Oh my god, it's ADHD! Sorry. They are slow to work, requiring several hours to have any effects. Through prolonged use, they can cause the whites of the eyes to turn black and the subject to become deeply disoriented. They produce a noctic field. That fisherman they found yesterday that had been up at Wyatt back, so I'm going to see if I can find anything out there. Weird. Here I go again, sticking my nose into trouble because I don't seem to be able to listen to that part of me that says, go put the kettle on and let someone else deal with it for a change. Oh my god, she's me! Me getting into trouble as an old lady. Oh, I am going to be such a delightful old lady. It's bloody-minded arrogance to follow that thought up with, but there isn't anyone else. But here we are, and here I am. Go on, then. They do it all wrong anyway. Well, no, that's not me, because I would do it all wrong and get in trouble. Alright, so, wait, hang on. Where was she going? To what green? Can I go too? Did she say something green? Hang on, actually, I can find out what she said. Silly me. Oh, her name is Verona Green. Here we go. Wyatt Back. It's because her name is green. Wyatt Back. Can I go there? Excuse me. Why am I doing it backwards? I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't explain it. Is it not on the map? Am I missing something? Or is it like listed? Oh, it's up here. It's the river. Oh, well, technically speaking, don't actually know. I wonder if hang on, I'm gonna go visit Strange Horticulture and possibly take some insanity. This curious plant shop on the edge of town is a quiet haven away from the bustle of the centre. Ordinarily, I'd be delighted to while away some time here, but I have important work to do, and yet an hour later I find myself leaving the shop with a potted palliance and a weight off my shoulders. I've been chatting with the proprietor about the similarities and differences between our two disciplines, with a gently purring hellebore curled up in my lap. I loved that game. I got a plant! Cute! We got a free plant. That looks like it could be toxic to cats. Everything's toxic to cats. Can you have the eyeball pendant? Sure! Good kitten. Francis Mason. I have been wearing a pendant that I found in the library and it does something to me. What does it do? It gives me an appetite for reading that I cannot control. I'm popping this up here. I was lost in the library for 3 days without eating or sleeping before I managed to take the pendant off and escape. Girl! I'll take it. It is rather pretty, though. Someone told me I need a Cusick purifier and that this is the place to get one. Okay. You got it. Hi, Franco. How are you? Cusick purifier. A small topaz gemstone known as the Eye is placed in a strong-smelling liquid, usually some potent. I think it's in the bottle. Small tokens such as rings or amulets, perhaps submerged in the liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon, are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there is a limit to the effectiveness of this process. I think it's this because it smells of vinegar. Because that's a vinegar symbol. Green glass, yellow paper, cork. I think it's this. Ayo, it's a pendant of hyperfixation. The label bears a symbol for vinegar. Closer inspection reveals that there is a small object rattling inside. Nice. And she gave me the holes in a valance of roughly equal size and spacing. They are used by the adventurers to help them find their way. A curious pulse can be felt where its power concentrates. Can I use it? Pretty sure that's the cross of the Knights Templar. Maybe they smell like vinegar. Oh, hello. Simone Green. Verona's granddaughter? Daughter? Been working on something you might find interesting. I find everything interesting, my dear. Did you know that nobody knows who built Strange Antiquities? It's very old. Perhaps the oldest building in Undermere, according to some accounts. Even Eli doesn't know all of its secrets. I've been decoding a journal that he found. It's slow work, but I've made a bit of a breakthrough recently. Have you discovered the plinths below the counter? I have. I have learned that they can be used to access the shop's hidden depths. Oh, and this journal holds some of the keys. Here's something I discovered late last night. See what you make of it. Thank you. Well, before we do that, I want to read about her. The librarian, Simone Green. Simone finished... Did she follow the lady who'd been stuck in the library for 3 days? Someone finished reorganizing the Ambleside Library and came to Undermere in search of a new challenge. Simone, not someone. Hey, buddy, put your paw away. She took up swimming in the lake after hearing about the health benefits of cold water, but soon found that she preferred the health benefits of a warm blanket, a roaring fire, and a good book. Me too, girl. She manages the collections at the Wordsworth Library, following in her mother's footsteps by taking a special interest in occult writings. Good boy, Az. Alcove key, horned shackle, evocant, and then a moon something. The writing is dense and spidery, so it's not always easy to decipher. Right, so what moon somethings do we have? Because I have a couple of those I've already identified, I think. We have a Moonstone Guardian. For the banishment of Hob, Sphere, and Noctic Sight, these tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. Hob Sphere. Okay. And Noctic Sight. It's also Moonstone Guardian. Okay. So... the only animals I have that have not been already identified are a deer, which gives me nothing. This, which gives me something to do with sound, so I don't think I don't think it's that. Technically, maybe this? but I don't think so. Or the kind of cow? Sheep? I have a strong feeling of being watched. That doesn't feel very comforting. So I don't think it's that. It could be a moonheart. In which case it's the owl, which is what I fucking said. Do you remember? I said I think that... Oh, okay, come on. A moon something. I think it's that. I think it's that. A horn shackle, an evocant, and a moon something. I think it's that. I know, right, Raven? Do you know what? Like, genuinely, as much as I love streaming, but I think that if I could get even a part-time job working in a library, especially one of, like, old libraries, or a secondhand bookshop, or, like, an occult shop like this, oh, I would be so happy. Let me see. Do I want to try it? A horn shackle. An evocant. Oops. Yeah! Ooh! I got this. What are these? These are weird. They're like mugs or something. Okay. And then I have some things to put on the thing. You heard me. We did it! Super cool. Okay. So, move this down here and this down here. We did it! Someone on TikTok called reading spreading book cheeks. You want me to pet the cat? There you go. Right, pop that in there. Right, so let's see. Where does this appear? Here. Before the moon boob. And after the thingy. I'm assuming it also appears a second time. So it appears a second time after this. No, okay, that's the same thing. No, it's not. Oh, no, it is. Okay. So that would be here. And then this one would be here? Maybe? No. No, it's here. And then we are missing one more. And then possibly something to go in the circle, but I don't know. I don't know. Spreading book cheeks. I had to look for that. I'm so sorry. Pet. Hello, Jim Wolf. Nice hat. And moustache. After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf now. Oh, does he want the bat? I've tried St. John's Poppy, but I'm looking for a more permanent solution. I just can't unhear Poppy. I would love to be able to hear my niece's laughter. I think I have just the thing for you. Listen. Wrong one. Boop. Every sound has become both louder and clearer. Here you go. A hearing charm. This pendant is in the shape of a bat, an animal known for its hearing. Closer inspection confirms that it enhances the hearing ability. Veiled Fen. So, that is... Wait, what was it called? Was it called a hearing charm? Yes, hearing charm. Hearing charm. There we go. Beautiful. Pop that over here. Okay, nice. Whoopsie. I'm probably crowding this a little bit, so I'm going to put the negative baddies over here. The ones that I think are a bit negative. Because I'm crowding that shelf a little bit. And I don't know what these cups are for, but it's fine. Pet the cat! Yeah. Okay, and day. Oh, did I need to label my bottle too? Did I not do that? At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once. recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. So if the black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight, her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Backbarrow. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head where he had sliced himself with a diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. 2 days earlier, the rider and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower when they made a discovery. Their relation at their find would soon turn to horror. Part of me thinks that I want to, like, go to these locations, but then I'm like, what if that fucks with my shit, you know? Oh, that's so good, Aromia! I noticed you never quote a price to any of the customers. I know. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it, they found a small tomb, too small to contain human remains. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard, a small black casket, a very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. That is concerning. Giving away wares? Nobody said anything about giving them away. What on earth? I was just gonna say, why does this feel like the Fae? The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. All right then, well, would you look at that? Can I move this up here? The maiden in the tower. Unless it's in the house. Galfrey's tower is number 22. Just over here. She points the way and buried among the trees. Well, that doesn't really make sense. Unless... Is this rotated? I'll have a little sip of coffee. Like... Hang on. Is there... Buried among the trees. See, this is Gleeston Castle. And I love this little picture in the bottom. None of these look like you can actually interact outside, so I would say it's not that. Is there another tower? Just before I commit to anything. Galfrey's tower is on the island. What's number 24? The Bleak Stones. Bleakstone Barrow? That makes me think it's here. Because that's the only way she could possibly be pointing where there would be trees. Because you can't see it, but there's a tower underneath me. Hold on, let me see if I can move. Can I move to the other side for a second? I'm over here now. Oh, the bottom of my thing is... Why is it... What? Wait a second. Adjust. Where is it? Where's my... Why have I fallen out of my box? Where the fuck is the thing I need to do? Aha! There we go. I'm back in my box. So, no! Why did I mean to do that? I didn't mean to. I was clicking back into the game. No! It's clicking back into the game. What I was trying to say is, look here. There's a tower here, Galfrey's tower. There's trees up here. I can't think of any other way she would be pointing. The problem is... I don't understand why the compass looks like it's rotated, like slightly to the left. I slipped out. I did. Terrible. Careful. Don't touch the keyboard, Baba. He's so mad at me. He's like, stop pushing my paw away. I'm buried among the trees. I don't know. So in the other map, the only thing is that there's this, but it says buried among the trees. And I can't interact with anything outside. Could be in the conservatory. It does, yeah, but maybe it's what that maybe that is just that it means that it's a map thing. You're right. So if she's in the tower, it could be the conservatory, but would you say that there are trees in the conservatory? I would have said no. But that would make sense to it being directly across, right? Except that that would be directly across on the map, not physically directly across. Because if it was physically directly across, this would be over here, wouldn't it? Which would mean it would be not there. Do we know where Gleeston Castle is on the map? Is Gleeston Castle on the map? The only tower I have seen so far is that one. Sorry, I know you can't see the list. No, I don't see it. You might call the church a bell tower. There might be a bell tower at the church. And there's trees around it. Maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. I don't know which one it is. You have another thought? Feel free to share. As long as you're not literally, which I know you're not. This is just for everybody else. As long as you're not telling me something you've already figured out from playing it yourself, I don't mind people sharing thoughts. There's also a folly. Yeah, what's it called? Jacob's Folly. It's 27. Where is 27? Oh, it's all the way down here. True. Now I have 4 potentials. I don't think it's inside the castle. Because I think inside the castle is... There's nowhere where trees would grow. I don't know if you can do that, Occultist. I'm going to guess it's these trees. Nope, I should not have come here. Oh no. It's not those trees. Okay, if it's not those trees, I'm buried among the trees. So it has to be either these, or it has to be in here. The only tower that you can actually see that's named a tower is Hardwick Tower, which appears to be here, which would mean that it would be to the left of the thing. If her pointing was actually accurate. In any way. Oh no, Aromia. I do think these symbols are important. This is tricky. No, there's no trees. I don't think it's the trees. I don't think it's the castle, but I feel like the fact that it's called tower is important. I don't think there's anywhere else that she could be pointing at for there to be trees other than there. Unless she was actually literally in the tower. I don't think so. It could be this. Or it could be the trees next to the church. Why would there be a maiden in the church tower, though? I don't want to do it. Maybe we'll do this at the end of this day. I don't want to do it as like a Wait a second. Did we... Hang on. Is there a way to go back to see what you just read on the... like, end of day screen? Is she pointing east? Where is the castle? I don't think the castle's on this map. But yes, I noticed that as well, Pseudo. Is the castle on this map? Sorry, I'll move over to the other side now so you can see... I don't think it's on this list unless my brain has just skipped over it like 6 times. I don't think so.
Are you still
Dom!
there? Hi.
Hi.
Is this Strange Horticulture,
Yes.
but you have trinkets
Exactly. By the same devs. Thank you very much, Dom, for the resub. Happy 55 months. Welcome back. Whatever area we... Oh, no. Sorry, I know you meant this. I just mean I don't know where this is on the map. There's nowhere I can interact with here, except for these, but these are just the towers themselves. So being buried among the trees, I don't think makes sense, unless it's in the grand hallway, but I don't think that makes sense either. But I'm trying to see if it's on this map. I can't find it anywhere. We don't have to solve this right now, but I'd like to. What is Mossy Wood? Where is it? Mossy Wood is number 21. It's this one. But I don't see a tower nearby. Yeah, I don't see a tower nearby. There is a petable cat. I think this compass is just relating to this compass. But you know what's driving me bananas? What the fuck? Mars in winter, rising in summer? Ah! There's gonna be like a million puzzles. Bestie, I swear to God, I don't know that it would ever be your type of game, but Blueprints melted my brain. It was very fun, and part of me wishes I had streamed it, but also Mercury's in the microwave. This also, the courtyard. That has trees. Wait, does that mean anything? Does that mean something specific that isn't just a doodle of a tree? It means wind. Never mind. My notes for Blueprints involved me literally writing things about how many turnips I found. The symbol for Mars. Well, I mean, so I think I know the symbol for Mars, but I'm just double checking that I'm not. Yeah, iron, Mars. And then summer. Rising in summer. That makes me think that it's this with a dot in the middle. Mars in winter. What's the symbol for winter? Winter is this. That is the courtyard there, but then there's the other one. That's not the same. But this has trees. I don't know. This puzzle might be something I have to do at the end of the day. Hang on, I'm Googling something. Not an answer to this. I'm Googling a folly. I want to see what it looks. I mean, a folly is a building constructed primarily for decoration, but suggesting through its appearance some other purpose or of such extravagant appearance that it transcends the range of usual garden buildings. Key characteristics of a folly: ornamental purpose, lack of practicality. Do you have to do the black and gold cards on the day you get them? I don't know. You're in Act 3, so you're able to watch your latest uploads. Hell yeah. Are you having fun with it? I really enjoyed it. I'm going to try this, and if it's not this, I'm going to move on and try later before I end the day. Lady Rosalind built the Folly in memory of her husband, lost to the lake, or so the story goes. Now it stands wind-worn and empty, overlooking the water. I checked the turret just in case. Damn it! Love doesn't leave much behind. Okay, so it's not that. Okay. I think we'll have to come back to that one before we finish the day. Buried among the trees. A maiden in the tower points the way. Didn't get bad juju. Unless it's literally just this. Like, I swear to God, we didn't try this. What if it is literally just this? But there's no trees. Over here? But there's no trees. That would be silly. But like over here is the boatyard, right? So like that's not going to be trees. I'm pretty sure that's not trees. It could be this. It doesn't have to be the first thing she points at. But she's also pointing west, assuming that this is not back to front. But with this being rotated like that, it tells me nothing. Right, we're going back to the other side. Sorry. We'll come back to that in a minute. Before we finish the day, and I don't want to test the theory. So the only thing is I don't see a tower. I walked up the beck a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it. Belly up and blackened they were. I really like this game though. Oops, I'm not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. I'm on my way to Calgarth Hall. Stop it, slow down. I spoke to Dr. Robertson earlier, and she said the two women they found there are still in the same state as the others in a trance and eyes all black. Before I go, Anna Bryant asked me to drop this off. What is it? When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about. Second from the left in the row of 4. When you're facing the lakefront or when you're facing the houses? I assume when you're facing the houses. I found myself outside its door 3 days ago and I went inside for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. It always had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter, but I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Yours in faith, Anna Bryant. Ooh. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lake front. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about, second on the left from a row of 4. Well, I guess we're going back here. Naylor Island, so to the northern tip, second from the left in the row of 4. Now, that would say to me it's these, if this is the northern tip of Naylor Island, right? But why are they in groups of 2? Don't know exactly what I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. In an alcove of the house, peering out through loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with a dark red substance, and large melted candles pull out onto the wooden floor on either side. Ooh. In the center of the altar, there is a small iron chest, rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear that it has been here for a long time. I do not see any hinder keyhole in any way of opening it at all. But after a while, I noticed an inscription that simply says, "I open to the voice." Okay, so I love the fact that this implies heavily that I have literally just brought, Oh! Jupiter. Wait, do you do that with other stuff too? Like if I put this down in front of you? No, on that thing? Thank you. Watch, we'll do another one. I'm not going to put something super breakable. Here, Jupiter. No, you don't want to knock that one. boy. Pseudo, thank you for the on-screen celebration. I open to the voice. Now, we have something called the voice of Cernunnos. Any bronze torque. But, just in case, doing the old god's work. The voice from Dune. It doesn't have anything about voices. So I think it might be the voice of... Chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here or why, but it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon. A cat! Hi! Ah. Gold and a light pink gemstone. Warm and smooth. Doesn't feel like anything. We got a cat! Look, it's your friend! He really said, heck that cat. And I put him right here. On my shelf. Okay. I really want to find that bloody tower. Hi, Lester Crowley's in the game! I apologize if this inquisition is an imposition to your disposition. It is not my intention to bring to your attention a matter of contention. I don't think Crowley's smart enough to use words like that. I have an inclination to perform an incantation of flirtation. For your part, a leaden heart of the thalamic art. A lead heart. Okay. A lead heart. These items depict the god Cernunnos in Nunnos? In his non-human form, they are heavier than they look due to a core of lead hidden by a more modest exterior. They are said to kindle romantic interest and are sometimes given as wedding gift. Does this weigh a lot? Let's find out. I need my archive to pop that in. Let's see. Yep. It's got lead in it! Poets too clever for their own good. I think this is it. Nice. The voice of the Mysterons. Perish the thought. Using the index, I can remind myself that Cernunnos has antlers, suggesting his non-human form could be a deer. Using my weighing scales, I can confirm the item is heavier than it looks. Corvin's Might. Ooh, Eagle's Gift. Cool. Right, so this is... I've immediately forgotten what it's called. Lead Heart. Cool. There we go. Hi, kitten. I still need to figure out that one thing. Angus Eaton. Oh, you're not Eli. Thanks for noticing. I'm returning an item he asked me to repair. The mechanism was mangled, but I've replaced all the springs and given it a clean. Springs? Good as new. What is it? That so goes in the thing. I have to figure out how to open it. Hang on. Wait. Can I... How do I make it work? This is so the thing that goes in the thing. You heard me. This is the thing that... Wait, hang on. Don't... Jupiter, don't knock that off. Jupiter does what he wants. This looks like it has like a clicky... Hang on. Can I... How do I make it do things? Jupiter! Stop it. Can I do anything with this? No. What was the thing about lenses? Why do I... Like, this is a lens. No. I remember something in the thing. Didn't I... I forgot to name this, didn't I? What was this? The bottle with the vinegar. It's in that place where I put that thing that time. There's gotta be a way. Oh, whoops. I'm stuck. There's gotta be a way to, like, put it What if... Can I interact with anything? Ugh! It was a... Oh, it began with a C? Okay, hang on. Aha! Well thought. Did I just write Kusi? Yes. I hate it here. Aw, Domba, thank you. Yes, Gio, we find the oldest of antiquities. Flip's sake. Just fast forward through the rant with an on-screen message rant about ads or some shit. This, I feel, is something to do with this, but I don't know how to get anything to work. Oh, I don't know. Right, go away. Go on then. And then pop that on there. It's a necklace of some sort. Okay. Pet the cat. I should probably close that. Good kitten. Hello, Eli. You're back. It wasn't my intention to leave, but you... Oh, sorry. It wasn't my intention to leave you unattended. What is going on with the... What is going on with the clock? Why is it going back in time? The Order of the Black Veil seemed more concerned by the ravens than the black... Sir! The black-eyed state that Mr. Hungerford was found in. What is happening to time? They said that it would take a very powerful force indeed to upset them like that. Sir, why are we not more concerned about the going back in time? Unfortunately, they either weren't able or weren't willing to talk any further on the subject. I've managed to make the minute hand move, just the wrong direction. I was hoping to avoid it, but I must go to Oxford and the Bodleian Library. I will be gone for a few days at least, perhaps longer, but you seem to be handling yourself well here. Sir, can you help me? Eli, this is your shop. I do not see eye to eye with the head of collections at the Bodleian, but I do know that he takes an interest in horticulture.
Are you still there?
Hi, Mac. Good evening. I will take him a Scythian charm to smooth things over. Time is a tool you can put on the wall or wear on your wrist. Thank you for the resub, Mac. Welcome back. Happy 93 months. What did he want? Sorry, a Scythian charm. Okay. I'm a little concerned by the time moving backwards, but you know, that's fine. Sorry, what, Oscar? What's going on with that? Why are the emotes not showing up? The bot's not dead. Can anyone post my... It can post the butts? I don't know. Ozrak, can you repost your message? I've been trying to split my attention between chat and the cat, who is currently leaning on my keyboard, and I'm very concerned he's going to break something. Scythian charm. Older Scythian charms are carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. They are used by horticulturalists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold but warm and tingly to the touch while it is raining. Ooh! They're carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of planetary metals. No two are identical. Oh, thank you. To encourage stubborn plants to thrive, they change with the weather. Can I... Why does it... Oh. I don't think it's this. Although... Made out of wood. They change with the weather. Usually quite cold. See, this is both. It's cool and smooth, and then this bit is surprisingly warm, but I don't know. It must have been Twitch because you were slagging them off about ads. What about this one? Warm and vibrating with energy. Hey, bud. They're carved out of wood. See, this one's made out of gold and silver. My cat is currently standing in front of the screen. I can't actually see it. Buddy. You good, bud? Can you sit down? You have an itchy ear? Here, I'll help. Yeah, there you go. They change with the weather, usually quite warm and tingly to the touch. I can't read what it says there, so I'm gonna look over here. Cold and tingly. Wait. Usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it's raining. I don't know if this has always been warm or if it was cold. Why is time moving backwards? That's worrying. Baby boy, I can't actually see. The more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. Now, if I hold this over a plant, does it do anything? Can I close that? No. I can't. I think it's just me touching it that's causing it to move. They make use of planetary metals. Could you... Lie down. Lie down, Baba. Please. Scythian charm. Did he say anything else about it? Chelsea IGI, but I know he takes an interest in horticulture. I will take him a Scythian charm to smooth things over. This makes me think something, but now I'm like, okay, here, hold my plant up to things. Does my plant react? My plant does not react to any of these. My plant does not react to anything. I suppose it's not really that stubborn a plant, though, to be fair. What about this plant? Why don't you bring him a plant instead? Yeah, maybe the clock is moving because of his presence. I don't know if I know enough about this one. See, the fact that it's got leaves and stuff. Planetary metals. Right, hang on. Let me see if I can find anything about this. See, there's the sun, and silver would be the moon, and it's got leaves. I think that's a good guess. Yay! We did it, Az! The item is made of gold and silver, planetary metals. The leaves hint at horticultural use of the item, and closer inspection reveals that the item vibrates in the wet weather. Oh, I didn't know it was vibrating. Oh, the diverging hook. That's the thing that stabbed his eye. So wait, hang on. So, does that mean if I do this? What if I hold it to the window? I don't see it vibrating. Unless you mean literally, if I click on it. Oh, warm and vibrating. Fuck. So that's a Scythian charm? Yeah. Scythian charm. Az, you're actually a nuisance. He's very cute, but he's being an absolute nuisance. Okay, this is still going. Does that have anything to do with time? Nope. What's going on the other side? Nothing. Why was one of them moving backwards a minute ago? No, there it goes again. That's really weird. That's really weird. I really feel like I should be able to do something with that. But I don't think I can. Now, I'm confused by this. Where is it? This thing. All thalamic objects produce a field of sorts. Although invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thalamic lens. What if I... No. I was going to say, what if I put this down here? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, well, I'll just leave that hanging out like that. It's fine. I really want to get that lady's item. Francesca's back with her claw marks on her face. I'm at a loss with these patients. They aren't responding to anything I've tried so far, and I haven't been able to find anything in the literature that fits their symptoms. I'm finding that they become violent if they aren't restrained, and they always try to leave. If nothing else, Stranthium tea from a restful mether might get a moment of lucidity out of them, but if you've got any ideas, then I'm all ears. Okay, witch's finger or restful mether, whatever. So we have this. Oh, this is the jug. Mather or mether is a thaumaturge's link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the Dranthium plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mether. Mether? I feel like mether like ether. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. I could use some of that. Maybe today is just backwards. The inner mind. He's watching the cursor. Which is quite funny. Or a witch's finger. That feels like it would be bad. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They are incapable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body, a most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. High Green Church, home of the witch. I think I'd rather give the one of these, but I think it's this one. Hard and somewhat rough. It's made of wood. Has a sharp aroma. And I have nothing to remark. Or we have wood with dark purple gemstones. Rough and an uneven texture. Has a strong odor, sharp but not entirely unpleasant. That might not be that one. Gold paint, wood oak, if I'm not mistaken. Hard and somewhat rough and engraved detailing. Has a sharp aroma, and I have nothing to remark. So, which... Sorry. This doesn't have any markings on it, but I don't think that's necessarily it. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. Wait, does it say anything about the Dranthium plant? Breakfast. He does want to play with the mouse and the cat. Stop it! He's like jumping at the cursor. Let me see. Do I have any of the others? So we have this. Memento Mori, a reminder of death. I'm actually looking at the pictures in case they have a description. An initiate of the League of the Amphibian Heart. Ares the Ram. A yew labyrinth. Wait, hang on. A yew labyrinth at Castle Morrigan. These objects pay homage to the Bloody Queen's gift. Basilisk scales. A flying man. Diverging hook. It's a way to carve thoughts from the mind of another. Why did he hit himself with the... Ethereal key. The evocant. Oh, that's creepy. Gray's grace, worn as a pendant. I'm looking for another cup. A lamb's siphon. I think it's the one that's not entirely unpleasant. Moonstone Guardian. A resonance compass. I don't think we have that. Or maybe we do. Shadow catcher. Wonder if... I'm having a thought. I'm having an interesting thought. Hang on. Ooh. I'm having two. But I don't know if I can do much with them now. The resonance compass. Highly prized. Like, what if this is a resonant compass? Can I hold it over everything? Go that way. Maybe not. I don't know why I feel like that's a compass. Which one was the one that doesn't smell unpleasant? That one's sharp. That one has a strong odor, sharp, but not entirely unpleasant. The dark purple was that one. Calming Stone of Peace and Safety. So I think it's this. Only one thought at a time. This item resembles the drinking cup in the sketch. It has several embedded iolite gemstones, stones of peace, which hinted its ability to induce a meditative state. Cool. Restful Mether. Over here hoarding all the thoughts. Nice. Restful Mether. Mother. Okay. Pet to cat. Hello, Rebecca Rose. Did it work? I've come to thank you for sharing the wonder of the Ares remnant with me. You're welcome. It has changed my life. I'm still getting to grips with it, but I'm feeling my way back to painting again. Thank you. You're so welcome. Okay, day is over. I need to figure this out. The maiden in the tower points the way. Do I have anything about a maiden in a tower? Did I check that? I don't know if I did. No maiden. Do I have a tower? No. No, I don't. Okay, so where have we not checked? Excuse me. I am buried among the trees. So we've checked the folly. We haven't checked the tower itself, did we? We checked these trees. We do have this mossy wood, but I don't think there's a tower anywhere nearby. This is not a tower, this is the pit. Number 19 is the Undermere Station. Is there anything that's... There's nothing over to the east. I suspect I'm going to have to just take this one on the chin. Wasting my time here as well. Fuck. Check the church. Checked the church. Fuck's sake, it was just the tower itself. I just had to go to the tower. I climbed the narrow winding stair to the top of the tower and am rewarded with views across Lake Undermere. I am not alone in the tower. Standing in the center of the circular platform is a statue of a young woman. The maiden, her outstretched arm points due east across the rooftops of Undermere and beyond. Fuck's sake. And it's gonna be that. It was the wood. I find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved into a sturdy oak tree. I look around half expecting to see someone, but there is nobody there. I take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. I do love the forest. What do we get? Ooh, cute! It looks like a little guy. Yay, we got wood! Alright, well, look, we're still alive, despite all attempts at us dying. He knew what he had to do. Without hesitating, he took hold of his diverging hook and used it to cut away the infected part of his mind before it could spread and consume him entirely. Horrible. Ooh. This looks like a tower. A folly? Or maybe in the building? I am closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. Just a little self-labubu, no big deal. Not the self-labubu. Is that going to be in the tower? Or is it going to be... Is it going to be in the castle, sorry? Or is it going to be on the main map? I don't know, but I think I'm going to leave it there for today. This was really fun. This was delightful. I would like to continue this, though tomorrow we are going to play The Witcher. I still want to understand why time's going backwards. But I have had so much fun with this game. This is exactly what I was looking for. And I'm so excited. Thank you very much to Iceberg Games, the publishers, for sending me a key. Thank you for hanging out with me today, everybody. I'm going to finish up here. And I will be back on stream. That's very cool, by the way. I will be back on stream tomorrow, but we'll be playing The Witcher 3 tomorrow, and we'll play more of this next week. Either Monday or Tuesday. I'll have to think about it, but I really want to continue this because I've been having a lot of fun. But thank you, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, this episode will be ending here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you'd like to come back for some more. I'm doing my first playthrough of The Witcher 3 and also my first playthrough of a bunch of other games. A bunch of other games is going up on YouTube as well, all the time. I usually stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at noon UK time on both Twitch and sometimes on YouTube. It depends on what I'm playing. But it'll be twitch.tv/Psyche or on YouTube on this very channel. And I stream at noon UK time until about 5 or 6 p.m. But thank you all very much. I had a really good time.